Hello and welcome back to the channel. I better sort this volume out, it's going to catch me out. There it is, I knew it'd catch me out. What a donut. Apologies on that intro, shambolic as usual. But we love a bit of consistency on this channel. And yes, it's your boy Ade, the veteran arcade soldier, back once again for another live stream. But it's not a watch along today. It's my football chat show, which is titled Live Football Chat with V.A.S. Yes, me, Ade, the veteran arcade soldier. And welcome back to the channel. We've got a few people in the chat, a few nice messages that were put out by people earlier in the day. I can see the main man, Duckington, is already in the building. What's happening, Duckington? How are you, my brother? Hope you are well. Camille is here with the emojis. Camille, my brother, how are you doing? Man like Arthur says, hello, Addy. How are you doing, Arthur? Hope you've had a fantastic day. I know you have because you confirmed that you were well earlier, my friend. Hope you are good. Bob was about as well. Hopefully Bob comes back. Thomas, we look forward to seeing you once you are in the chat as well. So, just getting introductions out of the way. I'm very good, Arthur. Thank you for asking, my man. How has your day been? Been very hot today. I'll be real, Arthur. I think I got caught out a little bit with the heat earlier. I did go out, had many things to do today, etc. And I got caught out with the heat. But, just about made it. I'm okay. But thank you for asking. Hope you've had a good one. Camille, the main man. I don't know what all these emojis are for. But Camille, if I'm seeing emojis from you, that means you are okay, my bro. I salute you. And Camille, just so you know, the next live stream, or in about a week or so, there's going to be some new Liverpool shirts on, not just Virgil van Dijk. There's going to be some new ones as we start the new season, Camille. You will look forward to seeing those, my bro. So please let me know how you're going, people. Duckington, how are you? Camille, emoji up. Bob, once you're back. And everyone else, Thomas, and anyone else that drops in. So, the format of the show is this. I'll introduce a topic. We're going to cover it, I'll introduce it, talk about it for a minute or so, and then throw it out to the chat. And we'll discuss it with a 15-minute countdown, and then depending on whether it's worth it or not, we'll have a little poll at the end to come to a final conclusion regarding that topic. So I've got a few topics in mind, but of course, what I like to do is I throw out a topic, we cover it, and then I open the floor to the chat to bring up anything they want to talk about. Whatever it may be, about their club, about the league, about different leagues, different competitions. That's how we roll on this channel. Arthur says, Ade's next video will be his 200th. Wow, didn't even realise that, Arthur. But thank you for letting me know. All good, my bro. 200 it will be. Maybe it'll be a live stream watch along. Maybe it'll be a short. Maybe it'll be a bit of both. Who knows? But thank you for letting me know. Camille says, oh no, my Van Dijk is gone. No, don't worry. The Van Dijk shirt will come out for appearances. But I might have it on in the background. Just to have a little bit of a football theme for the background of the channel, Camille. So yes, right. So we have a few people in. And hopefully more will pop in as the evening goes. Duckton says, you should do more long forms. Thank you, my bro. Did you watch my last one? Regarding obviously the state of Liverpool, etc. I know obviously it was about Liverpool, but yeah, if you're interested in some long forms, I would definitely do some more. Probably once the season starts though, Duckington, because I don't just want to talk about Liverpool all the time because it's not the one. Do you know what I mean? Not for everyone anyway. Man like Rush is back in the building. How you doing, my brother? Rush says, big up V.A.S. with the double thumbs up emoji. And he's got the different colours as well. Is that because I'm mixed race and I've got a bit of black and white in me? Thank you, my bro. But big up, Rush. Welcome back to the channel. Camille says, next, inshallah, my Ade bro, target 100 days continuously. 24/7 challenge. Mate, look at my voice. I've barely recovered from the last few watch-alongs. So I completely doubt it. But yes, also, let's get the begging out of the way, people. Hopefully, you smash that like button on the way in. The only way the channel can grow is if you smash the like button. So please do that for me. Aiden in the building. Hello, Ade, says Aiden. How are you, my brother? Are you looking forward to the BG Patham game tomorrow? Aston Villa taking on these guys that we know nothing about. But hopefully you're well, Aiden. Now, FCB is back. Why it's called V.A.S? Your name is Ade. I know FCB, but because of the channel is, I'm basically doing video games as well. And the premise behind the channel is that I am the veteran arcade soldier. Therefore, the initials are V.A.S. Obviously can go by vet. But who doesn't like a nickname? FCB. Just like you've got one by me. But yes, Ade is my name, but I am the veteran arcade soldier. But Aiden, glad you're well, my brother. Camille says, where's my cuddle Lewis? He's out at the moment. He's out for the evening, my bro. I'm not going to see him till tomorrow. But my other son is in the bedroom on Snapchat chatting to the gal, because that's all this guy does. Bob says, hi, my guy. Any significant transfer news for Liverpool? Nothing as yet, Bob. We are still waiting. The thing is, Bob, what I think's happening with Liverpool is they're going to get the Barcola thing out of the way. Probably going to end up negotiating the exit of Gakpo. And I think they've already lined up all of the targets they want. And I think we'll start seeing them come through the door in the next week and a half or so. I really hope so, Bob. But yeah, no news, sadly. And you can bet, as soon as some news drops and I'm free, I will slap down a video. That is for sure. FCB says, hello, Mr. Duck, to his bro. So all good. Right. So I've got some topics in mind and we will start going through them shortly. We'll read out a few messages. You all know the premise for the show anyway. I introduce a topic. Topic number 1 starting by me. I'll headline it. You'll see it and be able to read it, understand it. I'll introduce it. We'll talk about it and then we'll have a poll on it at the end if it's worthwhile. Then I'll open the floor to you all and we will go from there. So Bob says, we need signings. You saw that Leeds game, brother. 100%, mate. We do. But saying that, Bob, the first team looked to right in the first half. The second team with the youngsters, not so much. Aiden says, Aston Villa going for Team Court Miners and Mark Bernal. Where's Mark Bernal these days? He's a veteran of the game now, Mark Bernal. Duckerton is waving away. Duke, my young cousin in the building. How you doing, Duke? Have you had a lovely day? And I hope you've behaved, young man. So, Duke, on my channel today, we're not doing a watch along with football. We're having a chat about topics, but you'll see. Just follow along, Duke, and you'll understand. But good to see you, my guy. Aiden says, we're still at Barcelona. Okay, fair enough. Cheers, my bro. FCB on good type and arc. Unbelievable, right? My assessment of the Liverpool game last night. Good first half, obviously. Very poor second half. Curtis Jones found wanting. But yeah, very disappointing overall. But to be fair, Leeds played well. Not going to worry about FCB. It's just pre-season. Let's get the fitness in the legs. Starlet in the building. How are you, Starlet? How is one of the most beautiful ladies on the South Coast doing today, Starlet? Hope you are well, my younger cuz. And Duke says, yes, I'm good. I am good, Duke. Yes, just a bit hot today, mate. Was out in the sun today. Overdid it. There's me thinking the brown skin is just going to keep me safe forever. But obviously, I'm getting slapped down by this heat, Duke. But there you go. Aiden says, 19 years old. What's that, my bro? What, Mark Bernal? I'm thinking of somebody else then. Ever thought about doing FC26 Dream, says Bob? No, my man, because I'm done with FC26. If you still enjoy it, I'm happy for you. But, bro, I stopped playing FC21. Well, I stopped playing FIFA during the FIFA 21 days. It's been a long time. I could get back into it, but honestly, I feel the game has nosedived. But that's just my opinion, my bro. Who knows? Maybe I'll get into a new football game, but we need something more other than eFootball and FIFA. We need a new competitor. I did try that UFL game that came out a year or so ago. It's not for me. Starlet says she's doing okay. How are you today? I'm very good, Starlet. Hopefully you probably heard what I said to your little bro. Been out in the sun today and basically got a bit cooked up. So yeah, there you go, Starlet. That is me. FCB says, can the first topic be about UEFA Champions League build-up? Well, Let's get through the first topic, FCB. Let me do the first topic, and then I'll let you introduce that one, my brother. Arthur says, on to the first topic. Start. Arthur is ready. Guns blazing. Ready to go. Douglas says, UFL overrated just because it's free. I hear that. Right. I'm going to just sort out the first topic, people. I think it's an interesting one. It's a little bit of news that obviously dropped a little bit more a week or so ago, but I just want to get your opinions on it. Right, so also, please, everybody, make sure you smash that like button. Duke says he was in Nan's pool. Oh, wicked. What a lovely day down at Nanny Rona's. Good stuff. Glad to hear it, Duke. At least you were staying cool I was the fool that was overheated today. Right. This isn't the first topic, by the way. Obviously, this is just a text from last time. Right. So let me introduce it, guys. And then we will go from there. Smash that like button, please. Right. Now, give me a second. Give me a second. And obviously, you can read it there yourselves. But let me introduce it. And I will hit you with the question that I have for you. All right. So give me a moment. Right. So we're gonna start the chat now. We're gonna start the quiz stroke chat and get with it. Aiden says you missed my message. Let's have a look, Aiden. Mark Bernal, 19 years old, and he's a Barca player now. So is that what it is? Okay, I'm mixing up the player then. I'm mixing up the player. I'm thinking of a different Bernal. I'm thinking of Bernat. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, no problem. No problem, Aiden. Thank you for clearing it up. Arthur says it's impossible to park in Brighton. Right, first topic. Camille, we'll come on to that in a bit. Right, let me speak, guys. Let me speak. I am the host. Let's keep it going. Let's not have the chaos. Right, so just over a week ago, Crescencio Summerville signed for Al Hilal for 55 million euros plus add-ons. Right, so the topic is this. The deal was agreed for himself to go to Roma, or it was looking like it was heading that way. West Ham accepted the bid from Roma, which was 48 million euros, so 7 million euros shy. But what that would have meant was Summerville would have been on 4 million pounds a year euros wages at Roma on a 4-year contract. He stalled on a decision. Al Hilal's come in. They've paid West Ham a little bit more. So, of course, West Ham are happy. They don't care where he goes. They just want the best deal. But Summerville has signed up for the same length contract, 4 years, over in Saudi, a lesser standard of football than, obviously, Serie A. But he is getting a whopping 16 million euro salary a year. So, look at it this way. He's now on 4 times as much money. He's at the age of 24. He's opted for Saudi instead of Italy Serie A. He's on 16 million a year. And remember, he pays no tax on that if he completes his contract. Whereas if he played in Italy, he'd lose half of his 4 million in taxes. So in a way, he's actually going for 8 times the salary. So my question to you is this. You are the footballer yourself. You're 24 years of age, coming into the prime of your career. What do you do? Do you leave West Ham in the Championship and do you go to Serie A? Or do you go to Saudi for a poorer quality of league, but you go for the money? What do you do, guys? I put it over to you. Right. FCB says he would do well in Saudi. Shame that he's so young. Mel Snell says, yo, Messi just joined PSG. Breaking news, I rush to tell you. Smash that like button, Mel Snell. Douglas says, big up. Arthur says, Jess wants the money and doesn't want to improve. I thought he was good at West Ham, says Arthur. FCB says, neither. Well, then give me a solution then, FCB. What should he have done? Starlet, feel free to throw your prediction in. You as well, Duke. Let me know. Bob says, I would have gone to Roma. I would only go to Saudi if I was washed and old. Right. Arthur says, Demel Falcon, Vinny Jr. signs for Arsenal. I doubt it, Demel Falcon. Vinny Jr. is a topic we're going to do later on, so we'll leave that one. Right, so Bob, you would go to Roma for the better standard of football. But I'm also saying to you, remember, 2 million after tax he gets a year, as opposed to 16 million in Saudi. Are we still doing that deal, guys? I'd love to know. I'll be real with you. I've got family, I've got kids. My kids are mostly grown. Honestly, I think I would take the money. I think I'd actually take the money. And I know that's not great because it should be about the competition. So I see your point, guys. But I'd love to know what everybody else thinks. Is he doing his own service is he doing his own service? Is he doing himself a disservice to his career, basically? That's what I'm saying. Arthur says, yeah, just give me the money. Bob says, yeah, got potential to get the big bucks. Ian Wu, back in the building, Liverpool fan. Yo, mate, what's going to Saudi right now? So, FCB says maybe Athletic or Rayo Vallecano. What's that, FCB? So Ian, what we do on the channel is this is the chat show. I throw a topic into the channel for everyone to break down. We had spend 15 minutes on it, Ian, and at the end of it, we have a poll and we decide how to vote what we would do. So the first topic of the night, you just joined the show, is, and Thomas as well, just joined the show. So basically, the first topic is Summerville to Al Hilal. Instead of taking 4 million in wages to go to Italy, Fiorentina, Roma, he's opted to go Al Hilal and take 16 million a year. So what do you do yourself, Ian? Do you go for the money or do you go to Italy for the sporting project? How do we view this man, as in Summerville? Is he making the right decision? He's 24, coming into his prime. So that's what we're doing. Thomas, over to you as well. Thomas says, hi, Addy, I'm on the phone to Jessica today because my belly is much better. Glad to hear that, Thomas, and I hope Jessica as well. FCB says, you missed my comment before that. La Liga top 10 side? What's that for? For who are you talking about, my bro? Miss Lauren's in the building. How are you, Miss Lauren? She says, hi, Ade, how are you? I'm very good, thank you. Just a bit overheated today, Miss Lauren. I was out in the sun. Don't forget to smash that like button, people. So what do we think about Summerville? I want to throw something else your way regarding Summerville. Duckerton says, stay at West Ham to wait to see if he gets a better offer instead of wasting a career opportunity to improve. I hear that, Duckerton. You're more about the sporting project, and I appreciate your honesty. Me personally, yeah, I know. Oh, for Summerville, I mean. Yeah, I hear that. Well, the thing is, though, FCB, nobody came in for him. Like, there was talk of, originally, Villa was going to come in for Summerville. They didn't. Man United was going to come in for Summerville. They didn't. But in the end, it was Roma or Al Hilal. And he's gone for the money, guys. So, it all depends on your preference, I guess. Would it be about the money? Or would it be about the players, basically? So, there you go. Thomas says, I went to Bromley to do some shopping today. Nice one, Thomas. Hope you had a fantastic day. So, anyone else have any other thoughts on this Summerville thing? Are we all about the money or are we all about the sporting project? Ian says, personally, I think it shows a lack of ambition, but wouldn't begrudge anyone going there for ridiculous wages. This is what I'm saying, Ian, because the breakdown is this. 4 million wages in Italy, you get 50% tax. So you walk away with 2 million euros per season, or see out your contract at Al Hilal and you get 16 million euros tax-free a year, making a whopping 64 million over 4 years. It is crazy money to turn down. Sirocco Mini Dixon in the chat. How are you, my darling? How is also one of the most beautiful ladies on the South Coast doing today? Sirocco, it's been a long time. I need to come and see you soon. How are you, darling? Please let me know. And Sirocco, make sure you smash that like button. I hope you are good with the O at the end of the Sirocco. So all good. Right, now here's the thing. We talk about the standard of football, but I want to show something else your way. And does this alter what you think about the Summerville deal? So bear with me 2 seconds, and I will read out the comments. Give me 1 second. I'll read out the comments. Right, let me change that. Give me 1 moment, and you will see where I'm going. No. Where is it? Right. So, if you have a look at this on the screen, I'm going to have to shrink it, of course. So, does this change your mind regarding Summerville? Now, this is the list of players that he will be playing with. So, have a look at that. Let me go through the chat. Go through the messages. Have a look. This is the Al Hilal squad that Summerville is joining. Dissect it. Have a look. Look at the wages some of these guys are earning. It's absolutely ridiculous. Right. I'll go through the messages. Thomas says, I bought a new jumper today. Some nice shoes. Lovely to hear. Sirocco says, I'm good. How about you? I'm very well, my dear. Just a bit hot from the sun today, Sirocco. But thank you for asking. Arthur says, higher chance of being racially abused in Italy. That is true. That happens a lot to black players. And one of the reasons why I'm a little bit anti going to Italy myself, to be real. But thank you, Arthur. Good point. Show racism the red card. Plenty of red cards in the chat. Duckerton said, to be fair, if someone pulled up with a dump truck full of money, anyone would crumble. This is what I mean, Duckerton. Very good point. VAR check needed on the red cards. Adrian, says Arthur. I'm playing Rocket League with Jessica. Lovely to hear. Watch along with Jay. Ade, my guy. How you doing, Jay? First topic, as you can see on the screen. Neymar scammed Al Hilal. Oh, my days, he did. Thomas says, so good. Excellent. Sirocco says, fair enough. It was so hot in the pool most of the day. Glad you enjoyed your day at Nanny Rona's. Jay, sorry I'm late. Just finished my dinner. No worries, Jay. Right. Now, as you can see on the chat, on the screen, guys, look at the players Summerville is going to be playing with. Karim Benzema, one of the all-time greats. Koulibaly, Sergej Milinkovic-Savic used to be at Lazio. Darwin's gone now. Ruben Neves, formerly of Wolves. Theo Hernandez plays for France in the World Cup, formerly of AC Milan. Malcolm, formerly of Barcelona. João Cancelo of Man City. Bono, the Moroccan keeper. And as you can see, some absolutely decent players that this boy is going to be playing with. So, on that note, does that kind of influence what you think about it? It's not like he's going over there playing with a load of mugs. He's playing in a league where there are obviously superstars. He's going to be playing against Ronaldo. He's playing with Benzema. He's playing with Koulibaly. He's playing with a lot of top players. What do you think? Now, does that kind of change your opinion? Please let me know. FCB says, why did you not do Celtic v Dundee United? Because I'm only a human being and I've got to chill out at some point. But, you know, we'll do a Scots Prem game one day soon. Arthur says, Al Hilal smacked up Man City. Did they? There you go. Swansea are trying to get Lewis Kumas from Liverpool. Well, they need to allow it, Jay. They need to allow it. Maybe a development loan. Right, but let's stay back on the topic. We've only got a few minutes left. So, does that influence your decision of where he might play? Like, would you consider going to Al Hilal to play with some of these amazing players? In the Club World Cup. Oh, I see. Fair enough, Arthur. Yep. So, yeah, let me know if that influences your decision. Ian Wu says, winning the Saudi League doesn't compare to one FA Cup. I hear that, Ian. I hear that. But then also, Ian, the way you got to check it is he looking at it like, well, if I win a Saudi League, I'm a league champion, and after 4 years, I got $64 million in my pocket. Or £64 million or whatever it is, euros, sorry. So, yeah, I know what you're saying, my man. And basically, it just comes down to money. Right, okay. I'm going to put the poll in the chat. Please let me know what you think. Duke, I know you're a young'un. I hope you understood. Right, so let's go. Would you have taken the Saudi money? Right, so there you go, guys. I've started the poll. You know what the money was? 4 million from Roma or 16 million from Al Hilal. Vote in the chat, people. Would you have taken the money or not? Ian says it's all about the money. And Jay says it will be a good move for Summerville. Jay says, are we talking about Summerville that used to play for West Ham? Yes, we are, my bro. Yes, we are. Everyone, get your vote in. And let's see what everyone would decide. Absolutely, you know, these are the things that make debates interesting, to see what side we fall on. Right, any more votes? And what have we got? We've got a few more minutes. Thomas says yes. What's that, Thomas? You take the money? Well, if that's the case, Thomas, make sure you vote. And please, like I said, everyone, smash that like button if you haven't already. Right, so that is more or less the first topic done. So, topic 2. Somebody was going to mention one earlier. Let me know. Let's everyone have a chance to throw in their topic. Please let me know what you would like to do. Whoever said no are just lying, says Arthur. Right, I hear that, Arthur. I hear that. Right, FCB, right. explain what you mean by it, and I will type it up. We will go with that one. What do you mean the UCL build-up? Let me know what the... what is it? What do you mean? UCL build-up? I don't understand. Break it down for me, my man. I need some context. Right. How long is left on the time? I'm going to close down the poll. So, yes, FCB, I'm waiting for the explanation. UCL build-up. What do you mean? Please let me know. And of course, anybody wants to say something in the chat, feel free, and I will read out your comments. Right. Ian says, not everyone is all about the money, Arthur. Sure, Van Dijk could double his wages to go there, so why hasn't he? See, there you go. That's very true, Ian. 100%. Not everyone is about the money. Because at the end of the day, if you're a single guy with no family commitments, fair enough. But if you've got young children, imagine trying to tell your wife, yeah, we're just going to jump over ship to Saudi and live in a country where, you know, the kids might struggle to settle and all that sort of stuff. It definitely isn't all about the money. Right. We end the poll. And the results are, would you have taken the money? Yes, 67. No, 33. Excellent stuff. Right. FCB says to draw the pots and the table and stuff. Yeah, I know, but what does that mean, FCB? Break it down. Would you? I mean, have they already decided them already? Let me know. Let me know. Or we can think about FCB for now because you're not giving me enough information. Like, I mean, the draw of the pots, we don't know them yet, right? So what can we talk about? The build-up or how it's done? I mean, it's all done by AI these days, isn't it? The Champions League. So FCB, think it through a bit more and break it down for me, my bro. Watch along with Jason. Ade, who is your Champions League winner for next season? PSG for me. Jay, we can do that one as a topic shortly. Arthur says, we know the pots. Oh, do we? Oh, thank you. All right. Well, all right, let me find them then. Let me find them. Or better still, FCB, if you know where they are, get the pots up. Let me know where they are, and I'll put the image in the chat, and we can have a look at them together and discuss them. So I'll give you a few minutes to go find it. You or Arthur, we know the draw and pots. Okay, well, find it for me, my man, because I don't know where they are. So you go find it for me in a link. Put the link in the chat, and I'll put it up on the screen, and then we can discuss it. I didn't even know that it was done, to be honest. So thank you for that. But yeah, no, really good points, Ian. It's not all about the money. And I think a lot of younger people, it's all about the money. But when don't get me wrong, Ian, if back in the day when I was with my missus and young kids, I'd probably be trying to half convince her, yeah, look, should we go? But you know how it is when it comes to the missus and all them ones there. But Ian, I respect it. Right, we'll do the Champions League on the UEFA website, I think. Oh, thanks for that. I've got to do everything, have I? Feel free to go over there and find it for me, my bro, while I write it up. So go and do that, my bro. The final will be held in Madrid. Arthur says, watching Crawley versus York at the Mo. Fair enough, Arthur. All right, FCB, are you going to find it or not, or shall I? You lazy punk. Right, UEFA. I'll go to the website. I'll get it up. Next time, it's your topic, so you help me out, bro. Right, let's get there. Champions League. Qualifying fixtures results. Jay says, it's only 1 and 2 pots, that's confirmed. Okay, well, let's leave that then. We don't have enough information. No point. Sirocco says, Ade, I have to go because my internet's about to go out. I will get mum to message you later. Thanks, Sirocco. Lovely to see you, babe. Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, we'll have to do that one in a bit then, FCB, because what's the point if we don't know exactly who's there? Or we can do a different one if you want. We can do Champions League, who we believe is going to win it. What about that? Actually, let's do it, FCB. Let me just type it up. Let's go for it. Fair enough. FCB, I'm there with you, bro. I've got you, dog. I've got you. Right. It's all right. Well, I've changed it now. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, come on. Butter sausage fingers. Right. Right, we're doing this one. We're talking about the Champions League, so let's go for it. Right, I'll start the timer. Let me introduce it, and we will go from there. Right, start the countdown, and we're off. Right, so, gnaws that one up there. Give me 2 secs. Change that to topic 2. And Duke, if you're still there, let us know what you think about this one as well. Right, Thomas says, me and Jessica, 8-2 on Rocket League. Well done, guys. Keep smashing it. And Jessica, make sure you like the stream. Right, the topic 2 is the Champions League for next season. Who will win it? Right, so introduced by Duckerton. We don't know about the draws and the pots, etc., because I don't have them to hand. But let's have it right. The Champions League usually comes down to a club winning it will usually come from the same old faces. PSG are the current 2-time champions. Arsenal are getting closer and closer. Arsenal have reached a semi and now a final. So will Arsenal go one step further this season? Barcelona are always in the mix. They were a little bit unlucky to go out against Atletico Madrid, I thought. The Italian sides are looking a bit weak. The English teams are also going to be strong. Man City, you would imagine, will be strong. Liverpool, possibly, if they get their signings right. Arsenal would definitely be strong. Manchester United are in it. They could be a dark horse. Obviously, as well, you've got the German club, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid and Barcelona. So, realistically, the winners are going to come from the obvious. So, I'd say the obvious winners that we're looking at are Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, PSG, Bayern Munich, Man City, Arsenal. I don't see Man United in it, but they could be potentially. I don't see it. But yeah, you know, it's likely it's going to come from one of those 8 clubs. So, on that note, what are your thoughts on the Champions League going into next season? Who are your winners? Do you think it's going to be a three-peat for PSG? What do you think? Duckerton says, what? Can't tell, it's a hard, maybe Bayern. Exactly, Bob. Very true. Obviously, it's down to the draw and the pots, etc. And I know that's what Duckerton was, what FCB was going on about, to have a look at the pots, but we don't have enough information. Man like Yusuf, back in the chat. How you doing, my bro? How are you keeping? Yusuf, I know what you're going to say. Yusuf says, hello, Mr. Pundit. How are you, bro? Yusuf, I know he's going to say Bayern. I didn't even need to know. I didn't even need to read it. I knew he was going to say it. Right, let's read the rest. Jay says, Bayern Munich versus PSG in the final. PSG winners. Jay thinks it's going to be a three-peat. Ian Wu, loyal to the core, says Liverpool. The team with heritage. 6-time winners, Ian. My guy. FCB says, I think United will make the quarters. They could do, my man. Let's see how the draw pans out. FCB, we'll do this one again in the future once the competition gets to that point and we've got the full seedings and the full 8 to 12 groups, whatever it is, and the leagues. It's not even groups, sorry, the leagues, sorry. What about Inter Milan, says Jay? Well, there you go. I throw out what you tell me, Jay. To be honest with you, Jay, I think they've seen their best. I think they've seen their best days. Obviously, they lost the manager last year, him going over to Saudi, and the squad has just aged a bit too much. And obviously, we all know about. Well, I don't know if we all know. But star centre-back Alessandro Bastoni has got himself in a lot of hot water. So that weakens them next season. And everyone else is getting on a bit. Lautaro Martinez getting older. And the squad is getting a bit weaker every season. So Inter, I would rule them out, to be honest. I don't really put any real Serie A side in real contention. But that's just me. Yusuf says, Bayern will dominate it. Yusuf, always there with the Bayern hype. I hear you, Yusuf. Good to see you back, my bro. And Yusuf, smash that like button. FCB says, Man City get to the semis, Munich to win it. Fair enough, FCB. Thomas says, who else plays Rocket League? Anyone want to answer? Go for it. Irrelevant, but Anfield Agenda guy is fuming. I hear that. But Bob, here's the thing. When is he ever not fuming? I mean, I don't want to do him down. He's great at what he does, which is bringing the news. But the repetitive moaning about lack of signings, how many days in a row can we do it? What is the point? But that's my thoughts, Bob. I don't know how you feel about it, but honestly, Bob, you can already tell I'm a very positive guy. And let's have it right, Bob. When Liverpool make signings, that channel, amongst others, will be one of the first to post it out with the yay emojis. And it's like, come on, man. You can't be moaning about transfers. And then it's all about, and when the transfers come, I'm first at the door to celebrate them. Do you know what I mean? I'm very patient. How are you, Bob, about the transfers? Right, Duckton says, anyone but us, nah. FCB says, and Man United will get quarterfinals. Fair enough. What do you live stream on? What's that, Duke? What do I live stream on? I live stream on YouTube for the watch-alongs, for the games, and Twitch for my Street Fighter and video games. Duckton says, I have played Rocket League. There you go, Thomas. Duckton has played Rocket League. Maybe you two can team up. Ian Wu says, got a bad feeling about United. Hopefully it's just the PTSD from my childhood kicking in. Ian, I'm with you, my bro. How many years did we suffer at the hands of the once mighty Man United? But to be fair, they are definitely on the rise, Ian, and we've got to keep an eye on them. They looked good in the pre-season the other day, mate, on the watch-along. They absolutely dealt with Atletico Madrid, even though it was 2-1. So Man United will be dark horses. Look, it's a strong team. It's a strong club, strong team, and they're on the right path. I do see a little bit of a struggle because they have a lot of extra games this season that will hold them back. But to be honest with you, Ian, it's kind of inevitable that at some point Man United will be back. It's just the way it is. Duckton says, I quit though, regarding Rocket League. Ian Wu says, and for the gender guy is a tool. Not my words. I think he's great at getting the news and he's great at sharing it. But we all love Liverpool, or we all love our clubs. We're all passionate. But Craig, he's a top guy at what he's doing. He's very good at it. But obviously, his channel is excellent. It's the biggest fan service for Liverpool at the moment, and it is what it is. But maybe if you've got a certain mindset and you kind of lean more on the half glass full side, if anyone watched my video, if you're a half glass full, empty kind of guy, maybe you veer towards that channel. But myself personally, I'm very much a positive person, and as you can see from the bottle, my positivity is full. And I just don't see the point of moaning all the time. What's the point? But some people just like to moan, don't they, all day long. It makes them happy. What can I say? FCB says, on big games and games he wants to do. What's that, FCB? What's that, my bro? When is your next live, says Jay. Jay, I was thinking about, if you want to know, well, let's continue back onto the Champions League topic. But the next live stream is going to be on the 5th. I'm going to do 2, which is Chelsea versus Juventus on the 5th, which is Wednesday. And then Arsenal versus Betis in the evening. So there you go. Jay, 2 on Wednesday. I'll be advertising them later or tomorrow. Bob says, I'm all right about it. As long as they get done, I feel Liverpool will make semis. There you go, Bob. Love the positivity. And that's the thing. Do we really feel Liverpool's going to go into next season and not make any more transfers? It's ridiculous. And who is really making transfers? It's like the guy that you're referencing on his channel, he's saying, oh, so-and-so's buying this, so-and-so's, but they're not actually buying them. Arsenal have bought 1 player, by the way. 1. Man United have bought 2. Chelsea have bought 2 players and a youngster. It's not exactly like we're being left behind. Some people just need to get a grip on reality and chill their F out. Dr. says, Anfield agenda is I won't say it. On Wednesday, Jay, exactly, FCB, on Wednesday. No worries, bro. I agree, my brother, FCB says. Bob says, yeah, but we need it more than those clubs. We do, Bob, we do. But if we get them done, remember, we're buying players for the next 4 to 5 years, not 4 to 5 weeks. And who says that we haven't lined up all these deals and we're just waiting to do the Barcola and then blam, blam, blam? Of course, we'd like the players in so Andoni could work with them early. But also, if anyone watched my podcast on Liverpool, basically, if you bring the players in at the beginning of June, you pay them for the month, you know. So already you've got 2 million wages in a month. You can't even use them. If I'm running a business, I'm bringing in the players as late as possible to start paying them as late as possible. Tactics. But it's all about the money. Right. So, Champions League. My pick, I'll share with you. I think it's quite obvious it will come down to PSG again. But I think Arsenal have a strong shout. Football works in steps. Arsenal got to the semis. You know, close, nearly got to the final. Then they get to the final. They lost out on penalties. Who says to say they won't go that little bit further? Another year older, another year maturer. And maybe this year they take their eye off the league and focus on the Champions League. So I feel the winner will come from Arsenal or PSG. Hopefully, obviously, I want Liverpool to do it with our heritage and our prestige, and hopefully get number 7. But early days, you have to say it's going to be PSG or Arsenal for me. And other than that, I'd say Barcelona. Right. FCB says, did you check out Key Thomas? Not yet, my bro. Not yet. I've only got so much time in the day and I've got to focus on myself. But I will check him out at some point. FCB. And maybe I'll even work with him one day. Who knows? Bob says, football will be so gone if Arsenal won. Well, it depends. You never know, Bob. Maybe this is the season where Arsenal take their foot off the handbrake and play some more expansive football. You never know. You never know. So, you know, and to be fair, the way Arsenal dealt with Girona the other day, and you've got players like Saka and Max Dowman, these guys, and Eze, these guys are top ballers. They will provide entertaining footy for sure. Imagine if they get Julian Alvarez, wow, or Vinny Jr., even though I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll come on to that. It's not them, just the delusional fans. I hear that, my bro, I hear that. Duckerson says, hates the Arsenal. In my opinion, Arsenal fans are annoying. I hear that. But is it just the online fans? It's the online fans, probably. Me and Jessica lost 6-1 now. Never mind, Thomas. Always another game. Right. Anybody want to mention anything else regarding Champions League clubs? I mean, this could be the season where it gets, you know, if Bayern Munich kick on, Yusuf, are you still there, Yusuf? Bayern Munich could kick on and do it. They've got to be in the mix. With Harry Kane, another year older, another year maturer, better. Elise stepping up. Luis Diaz, if he's still there. I think they're going to be in, you know, with a shout. So my winners would come from Bayern Munich, PSG, Arsenal, or Barcelona. And then after that, Liverpool, I'd make fifth favourites. But I wish I could say more. But let's see what signings Liverpool get. And maybe I can put Liverpool into that conversation. Now that we're hopefully going to be playing better football under Andoni Iraola. So we shall see. We shall see. Right. Big down to the red side of North London. Duckerton, Sunderland are F now. They're in Europe. This is it. This is it, Duckerton, because extra games will definitely affect your league status. Imagine playing in Europe, then you've got to play big Premier League games on a weekend. This is why Man United will get caught out probably. Because you're going to have to play a top team in the Champions League, put out a full-strength side, and then all of a sudden you're at the weekend carrying injuries and whatnot. That's going to catch Man United out, which is why I don't think they'll have as strong a season as last year, in my opinion. Right. What else are we saying in the chat? Right. Champions League, who will win it? We won't take... we won't do a poll on that. We won't do a poll on that because it's already done. And hopefully... I'll be real with you as well. Running a channel, me being a Liverpool fan, I hope I get a few more Liverpool fans on the channel and they can basically vibe with someone that is basically more positive, to be honest. But we shall see. FCB says they play Tuesday, Saturday every week. Exactly, my bro. And it takes a lot out of you. Thomas says we lost because I was laughing. Never mind, my bro. So, anybody else have anything else to say on the Champions League before we move on to the next topic? Please let me know. Do we think, actually, regarding the Champions League, do we think there could be a surprise winner? Somebody different, somebody new that hasn't won it in a hell of a long time, like a Dortmund or something like that. Or, you know, I think Dortmund was probably the last team that won it that wasn't one of the normal established ones. So, do we think somebody else could come out, a different dark horse? Maybe a Juventus. AC Milan haven't won it in a long, long time. So, do we think there could be someone new, or, you know, relatively new in modern times that could win a Champions League? What do we think? Please let me know. Swerve is back in the chat. What's happening, Swerve, my boy? What's happening, my G? I hope you're good. Hope you smash that like button. Swerve, I hear you. Swerve reckons it's the same old faces. I tend to agree, my bro. Swerve, I don't know if, could you just joined? I don't know if you heard what I said. In my opinion, I think it's going to come from PSG, Arsenal as the two top favourites, closely followed by Bayern Munich, Barcelona. And then after that, those are the clear ones. And then after that, I think, depending on the transfers, Liverpool with their heritage, possibly even United, dark horses, depending on how they handle the whole league mix. But Swerve says PSG, Real Madrid, Barca, Arsenal or Bayern. I agree with you, my bro. Those are the 5. I wouldn't put Real Madrid so... Oh, actually, they got, obviously, Mourinho back. So, yeah, I'd definitely put them back in the mix. If it had just been Real Madrid as last season, then no, definitely not. But, yeah, they got to be in it for sure. Thank you for your input, Swerve. Right, we're going on to the next topic in a minute. And FCB says, Ade, do a live Liverpool podcast. You don't have to, if you don't want to, just a suggestion. I like it, my bro. I like it. Let me write that down. Yeah, I can do that, my bro. The thing is, though, I'd probably want to do it once the channel is more established. Because at the end of the day, I've got, got a decent amount of subscribers on the channel at the moment, FCB. But ultimately, it's a mixed bag. And to do a full Liverpool podcast, it's got to be either working with someone or getting a lot more Liverpool fans on as well. But great suggestion. I've typed it down and we will go for it. Right, I'm going to bring up the next topic now. And it's a little bit of a controversial one. So, let me bring it up to the chat and I'll explain it. And ultimately, you can then give me your opinion on it, on what you think. Right, where did I put it? Questions for the chat. Here we go. Right. Now, this story was about a week ago. Let me read your message, Thomas. Thomas says, me and Jessica lost our second game of Rocket League because I was lagging. No problem, my bro. Oh, I thought you said laughing. You're lagging. I hear that. FCB says, do it as a members only when you get access to members. Okay, great shout, my bro. Abdul, my brother, how you doing, Abdul? Hope you are well. What's happening, Abdul? Hope you are good. Let us know. Hope you've had a good day. Abdul, smash that like button, my bro. And we're now going on to topic 3, people. Oh, why have I got that? That wasn't meant to come out there. Jokes. Messed that one up. Right. But as you can see, FCB, I definitely copy and pasted it and typed it down. So you know I was not waffling. Man like me is always telling the truth out here. Right. Here is the next topic, guys. Here is the next topic. I'm going to start the clock. And then we will go through it from there. So let me explain it, because maybe not everybody saw this story and maybe not everybody will understand it. Abdul says, 4-2, I'm peed off. I hear that, my bro. I hear that. It was poor, wasn't it, Abdul? That second half was diabolical. Memberships are £4.99. Thank you, FCB. Ade is never cringe. 100%, bro. I'm not about that cringe life. Doug says, I'm too broke for memberships, bruh. It is what it is. Don't worry, man. The content is free. It is what it is. Maybe in the future, if people want to contribute, that is on them. But it's all good. Right. Let me start the timer and we start the next topic. Swerve, I'll be interested to hear what you say on this one, my bro. Because you are always talking a lot of sense. Right. Let me start the timer. Where is the timer? Right. Is it there? Let's go. Right. So here is the next topic, guys. Abdul, I'd like to hear your opinion on this. Swerve, Thomas, FCB, Arthur, if you're listening, Bob, Ian, I'd love to hear your opinion. Right, so this is Tolu Arokodare, a man of Nigerian descent, half like me, forces Wolves training to be cancelled. Now, I don't know if you saw this story. So here is what happens. Swerve says, why, thank you. Doug says, got to go for a sec. No problem. Right, so let me read it out for you. So this player, Tolu Arokodare, I got it right the first time and I nosed it up the second time. Idiot. Right, Tolu Arokodare forces Wolves training to be cancelled. So BBC Sport has been told the 25-year-old Nigeria international sat down and demanded the club let him move to Fiorentina. Wolves have rejected a bid from the Serie A side, having accepted an offer from Turkish club Trabzonspor. Right, so basically, let me break it down for you. This player wanted to go to Serie A. He's flopped in the Premier League last season, only scoring 3 goals for Wolves in their relegation campaign. Now, they want rid of him. They've agreed a deal to sell him to Trabzonspor, but he doesn't want to go to Turkey. He wants to go to Fiorentina in Serie A. So obviously we can look at it as football fans. Serie A over the Turkish Super League, of course, no contest. If you have ambitions and whatnot and playing at a better standard, you're going to want to go Serie A over the Turkish League. Sorry from anyone Turkey watching this live stream, but it is the truth. Now, here's the thing. He sat down, one sec, Swerve. He sat down during training and he's mashed up the whole training session. He wouldn't let them play. He wouldn't get off the pitch. He messed it up. So he's acting unprofessional. So he's contracted to Wolves. Now, but where do you sit with it? Is he right or wrong, or partially right or partially wrong? Because the truth of it is this. It's his career. Now, he wants to move to Italy, but they want to flog him to Turkey. So at the end of the day, does the club have all the power and the prerogative to just send the man off to where he doesn't want to go? Or should they kind of, smooth it over and let the player go and follow his dream and go to Italy? Now, at the end of the day, I don't have the funds involved, the finances involved, but ultimately, I doubt if it's going to be too much difference in what was being offered. So, should Wolves have accepted a lower fee from Fiorentina and let him go? Or should they hold out for the bigger fee and say, we don't care where you go, just go to Turkey, we want more money? What are your thoughts on this subject? I've explained it quite in depth there, so over to you. FCB says, it's a disgrace, this story. You should never play again, in my opinion, FCB. But even though I've broken it down for you, giving you both sides of the story, the players and the club. Swerve said he should be able to choose what team he wants to go to. Right, I hear that, Swerve. But then why, if that's the case, why should Wolves take less money then? Surely it should be up to Fiorentina to match what the Turkish team are offering, no? But this is why we debate. FCB says it shows a lack of respect for your professional career and fitness. I hear that, FCB. That's why this is such a brilliant question. You will be unfit if you're not putting the work in training. Swerve says he's wrong. Act like an adult, but he should be able to choose where he wants to go, or sit it out till his contract runs out and leave for free. But the club shouldn't have to take a lower fee either. Swerve, brilliant answer. That literally just sums it up. But it's such a difficult one. What do you do? Because when it's you, the player, and like you said, he could ride out his contract for 3-4 years, take that money, but then he's killing his career as well. So it's such an interesting question and topic for sure. Arthur says, red and white army, do. Red and white. Arthur, what are you on about? Stick to the topic. So, in my opinion on this, and anyone else that wants to mention this topic here as well regarding this player, Tolu Arokodare, me personally, I think, Abdul, you saying you're leaving or you're saying you're off to another club? Let me know, Abdul. I'm not sure what you meant. But yeah, me personally, of course, I'm going to go in and I'm going to sit down with the owners and say, look, is there not anything we can do? Can we not try and take a lesser fee? Can I maybe even pay the difference? If it's, say, only like $500,000 or something like that. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what the figures are, so I can't go there. But it's definitely a very sticky one. Abdul, what did you mean you're off? I'm off to another channel. No problem, my bro. All good. Come back if you wish and smash that like button, my G. So the club will be at a loss and will take the lower fee in the end. If he sits it out, I hear that, my bro. I hear that. Well, they probably will have to, right? They probably will have to in the end, because ultimately players are going to have a certain amount of power, but it depends who you get, right? Swerve, now I know you're a strong-minded man. What if you were the person in charge of Wolves? Swerve, I know how you are. You might be the kind of guy that just goes, okay, mate, you hold that in training then. I'll hold you there on the bench. And it becomes a game of brinkmanship, a game of a game of chicken, right? Are you willing to clash heads with the player for so long, losing the value of the player, but is the player willing to just ride it out and see? It becomes a big game of chicken. So yeah, it's a very interesting one. Quite frankly, I'm not quite sure what I would do with the player myself. I would try and sit down with it and try and come to an overall decision that benefits all parties. If it was only a nominal difference in the money and the value, then ultimately I would try and facilitate the move for the player. But if it's something like a big 10 million difference, let's say Fiorentina are offering, 15 million, but Trabzonspor are offering 25. Where do you go then? Because ultimately, money talks as well. So it is definitely interesting. FCB says, it's a disgrace in my opinion. FA should ban him for misconduct at your professional club. I hear that, FCB. Strong take. Swerve says, my stubbornness will leave your backside on a bench. My business head will get their wages off and take a slightly lower fee if needed. That's what I mean, man. That's the thing as well. It becomes personal. It becomes professional. Pride gets involved. And it is definitely one of the more interesting things that I've seen in recent times. But ultimately, it is what it is. Thomas says, I'm now playing FIFA 26 with Jessica. Fair enough. Hopefully you enjoy your games, my bro. Yeah, so on that note, I guess there's not really much more to add on that one there. If anybody wants to say anything on that, please throw something else in there. Yeah, Bob, if you're about, anyone that wants to say, please let me know. Right. Gary, back in the chat. How you doing, Gary? Hope you're good, my bro. Do you have an opinion on this topic? I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but please let me know. Swerve says, that and the wages will be a double loss. 100%. 100% they will do, bro. Natasha, how are you, Natasha? Hope you've had a good day today. Very hot out there, Natasha. How are you doing? And Natasha, we're doing the chat show. I know you love this one, Natasha. So we're doing it for you. So welcome back to the channel. Natasha, smash that like button. And did you hear the topic I was just talking about? Let me know if you want me to repeat it and I can get your opinion. FCB says, it disrupts other players as well. Not just you. There's 22 other players in the squad. Not just you. I hear it, FCB. I do get it. You're right. It is a disrespect to his fellow comrade as well. His fellow teammate. I'd be fuming myself. But part of me, when I go home as a player or I chat to him on WhatsApp later, I'll be like, boy, I kind of get it, but you got to go about things in a different way. So honestly, this one is a fascinating subject. The players kind of right and wrong. The club's right and wrong. His other teammates are definitely in the right. So it's definitely a sticky one. Natasha, how are you doing? Please let me know. Right. Natasha says, sorry I'm late joining, but had a busy day and it's so hot. 34 here in Newquay, down on the coast. No problem, Natasha. All good, all good. You made an appearance and that's all that matters. Natasha, do you have an opinion on this subject? Please let me know and I'll repeat it. So actually, I'll repeat it quickly. Let me know if you heard it. Ian Wu is back and he said, phone died, man. No worries, Ian. Get that charger in, my bro. Ian, did you see the topic? Do you need me to repeat it for you? I'd love to get your opinion on it, Ian. And Natasha, I'd like yours as well. Let me know and I'll quickly repeat it as we have a few minutes left and we'll go on to the next subject. Swerve says, but remember, when the club are just ready to dump you and not play you, the player has to just take that. So so it's their career and she'll be able to choose where they want to go and not be forced to go any club. I hear that, Swerve. Exactly, my man. Exactly right. Natasha said, Savinho to Spurs done. Is it done? Oh, wow. So it's done, Natasha. So they won't be coming in for Gakpo. Fair enough. I don't mind. I want to keep Cody as it is. Ichiku says, Villa went through a similar issue with John Duran. Best get rid. Up the Villa, says Ichiku. But the thing is, though, Ichiku, did you see what the player did in terms of he sat down, messed up training, but the Wolves accepted a higher bid from Trabzonspor in Turkey. They want to ship him off there, but he wants to go to Fiorentina for a lesser fee. So Wolves want the money, but he doesn't want to go where they're sending him. So, of course, he messed up training and so and so. So is the player completely 100% wrong? Is the club 100% right? Because they don't care where he goes. They don't business that they're trying to shift him over to Turkey. So we can all in the chat see the right and the wrong in this. But the player is being disrespectful at the same time. It is a minefield. It really is. But yeah, I hear you, Ichiku. Thomas says, I missed your text. What was that, Thomas? Let me see. Thomas, you said you're playing FIFA, mate. I read it, my bro. You need to listen, young man. FCB says, and it shows a really good fighting spirit as well. Yeah, I hear that. But yeah, Natasha, what's your opinion on this topic? Please let me know. Swerve says, as a club, I'll just be like this. It's what the other team is paying and any other team needs to match it. I hear that. So what Swerve's saying is, listen, you sit down to the player and says, listen, if you want to leave, you tell your agent to go chat to Fiorentina and tell them to come back with that Trabzonspor money, then we'll let you go. But that's the thing. I hear that, Swerve, and I make you right. But if it's a marginal difference, $500,000, maybe $1 million, is it worth the bad press? But I don't know. It just becomes down to how hard-nosed you want to be in life, right? But what you're saying is factually correct, my intelligent brother. But yeah, let me know of your comments on this one, Natasha. I'd love to know. So what I'm going to do, I'll let everybody say what they're going to say. Ichiku, do you feel I'm being a bit too harsh against the club? Do you think I'm favouring the player too much? I think it's a bit of both, to be fair, but it is what it is. Right, I've done 2 topics. The chat has done 1. I'm opening the floor up to the chat. You can choose the next topic for us to debate. Natasha, do you have one? Or do you have an opinion on Tolu Arokodare? Swerve, do you have a topic you want to throw up there? Ichiku, do you have one? Thomas, do you have a subject other than you playing FIFA with Jessica? Ian, do you have a topic? I'm open, I'm all ears. It's your channel, guys. I'm just hosting it. The face that you love to see. He's bigging himself up. Ian Wu says, the owners don't care where the player go as long as it's not a rival. Very true, Ian. It's just a business to them, really. But they don't have to accept any offer. If the opportunity isn't there, then that's the end. I hear that, Ian. But that's the thing, though, Ian. They've now got, as Swerve was saying, a disgruntled player on their hands. Is that in their best interest? Just to be kind of obstinate and kind of not facilitate a move. Maybe losing out on a million here, a million there. And on a flop player, by the way. This guy only scored 3 goals in the Premier League last season. And he's turned into a bit of a stinker. So maybe they should be trying to get rid. But yeah, I hear you, Ian. Very good points. Natasha says, what is taking Liverpool so long to sign any players? Natasha, I don't know if you saw my podcast on Liverpool. It's on my channel. It's a good listen. It's a half an hour listen. I cover a lot of topics. And in there, I cover some of those reasons, Natasha. You should give it a listen. Please let me know if you have done or will do. Please let me know. Thomas says, who will win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup? Okay, Thomas, we will go with that one for sure. Duckington is back. Managers should have more control on transfers. I hear that, Duckington. Ichku says, I read that Villa may be interested in bringing Grealish back. I heard that as well myself. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Home from home, Aston Villa sold him for 100 million. 5 years later, getting back for literally nothing, peanuts. And still at, what will he be, 29, 30? Still got another 2 or 3 good years in him, Ichiku. Makes a lot of sense. And Villa need the bodies. He's not wanted at City. But saying that, maybe now that Pepper's gone, maybe there's a road back at City. Is that possible? Could Jack Grealish make a comeback at Man City? Who knows? Right, let's go with Thomas's one. Thomas's one is, who will win the cups this season, basically? So let's go with that. Let's see. Let's see what everyone thinks. Right. Thomas, I'm going to rename it. Who will win the domestic cups this season? So there you go, Thomas. There is the topic. Right, let me just restart the timer and then I'll go back to the chat, answer the questions, and then we roll from there. Let me just read some of those. Thomas says, yeah, I've done it, Thomas. There's your subject, Thomas. See, the man, he's got ears. Big ears, by the way. And I listened. Natasha says, are both your sons working? My youngest has finished work today and my oldest, he's doing early turn. He's getting a night's sleep already. So that is there. There you go, Natasha. Swerve says, do you think Welbeck and Henderson are good signings? I know they want experience, but surely you go 30, 32. I hear that. To be honest with you, Swerve, I think the one... Thomas, we'll come to this in a second. I think the Welbeck one's a good one, even though he's an older player. Henderson one, not so much. It's more like just professionalism and standards around the club. I feel like you're at this age, 36, you're paying Henderson, Swerve, to basically be a bit of a cheerleader and put in the practice and the standards for the players. But Danny Welbeck, it's a decent standing. It really is a decent standing. So many clubs have no backup. Look at Liverpool, Ekitike out. We've got Isak up top. Other than that, we'd be screwed. So, obviously, Danny Welbeck with his Manchester United allegiances. I don't know how that goes down at Liverpool, but really and truly, Welbeck for Liverpool, would I even say no at this point? But there you go. Right, Duggington says, too early to tell with the domestic cups. Thomas, it's your question. What do you think? Ichiku says, it's long overdue for Villa to win a domestic cup. Welbeck is for the dressing room. Swerve says, they got Jackson. They do, my bro, but they want to get rid of him, clearly. And there seems to be some shenanigans going on between them and Villa. But you're right, they do have Jackson. But maybe it's for FFP or SCR, Swerve. They want to get rid of him off the books. Lead up, maybe a sell with an obligation to buy to bring that money in because they're going to need to balance the books next season, Chelsea. But that's the reason. And obviously, for me, and obviously having Welbeck, it's a freebie. He's not going to affect SCR for them. Bob says, Liverpool for the domestic cups. Which one or both? Duckton says, hopefully a small new club wins the FA Cup. I hear you. Thomas says, Man City or Crystal Palace will win those cups. Right. Doug says, we love a cup run. Now, here's the thing. Bob is going optimistic, both. Right, here's the thing with the cups, guys. Let me break it down for the question a bit more deeply than that. And here is the thing. Manchester City more or less win the Carabao Cup every season. And if it's not them, it's Liverpool on average. Now, Arsenal, as big as they are, Arsenal have not won the Carabao Cup since 1993. That is absolutely ridiculous. The size of the club, Arsenal, not winning the Carabao Cup in 33 years, that's absolutely insane. So the point of it is this. Very few teams win these cups. Off the top of your head, the FA, in fact, the Carabao Cup is the cup, the League Cup basically, is harder to win for a different club than the FA Cup. Smaller clubs have won the FA Cup in recent times. Wigan. Who else is fairly small that's won it? Portsmouth, a few years back. When it comes to the Carabao Cup, apart from Swansea that won it that 1 year, it's always the same old faces. Not even Arsenal. So, you know, Man United haven't won a Carabao Cup in a good while. What was it, about 5 years for Man United now? It's usually always City, Liverpool, Chelsea that win the Carabao most of the time. So let's see. What's that? Is that you, Duke? Kind of. What are you talking about, my man? Of course, we beat York up the Crawley, says Arthur. Cups, on that note, I got that real early start, so I've got to run. No worries, Swerve. Before you go, my man, smash that like button and let us know who you think is going to win the cup. Do you think your beloved Manchester United are going to win a domestic trophy this season, Swerve? Let me know. United won it under Mourinho. Exactly, but we are talking, that's about 6 years ago, Merv. For, you know, Ten Hag as well. That is true. Sorry, my man, you're right. The FA Cup. Yeah, very true, very true. Yeah, but that's the FA Cup. We're talking about the Carabao. I know, did he won that as well, did he? I can't remember now. But yeah, good point. Good point. But yeah, thank you, Swerve, for your contribution, my bro. Slap that like button on your way out. If you haven't, but I'm sure you have, because I'm your boy. Right, Crawley win the Carabao Cup, says Arthur. I'm not sure about that. Anybody else in there? I'm with Bob. I think Liverpool are going to have to go all in and try and win a trophy. I don't think we're going to be strong enough to win the Premier League this season. So, Bob, a cup is going to be needed. And to be honest with you, Liverpool, their history, the FA Cup is a bit poor. He did win both, Swerve, you're right. Yeah, you did tickle the old memory banks there, 100%. Chelsea or Spurs will win it. Spurs will be a new one. They haven't won a domestic trophy in a long time. Thank you, Swerve. And Chelsea, they could be dark horses for sure. But I think what we're saying is, Duke, what did you mean by kind of, young man? Let me know. Swerve said, both teams not in Europe, teams will be fresh. There you go. Very true. Great point, Swerve there. Top knowledge from the boy. Yeah, Liverpool don't really do that well in the FA Cup overall. Bob, you're a Liverpool fan. You will know. We end up exiting the cup a lot of the time. 4th round. Very disappointing. But Carabao Cup, we are the highest. Well, you know, we've won it the most. So we are strong favourites for the Carabao. We're going to be one of the strong favourites. Plus as well, the semi-final is 2 legs. So it is what it is. Swerve says Mourinho got sacked before the final for Spurs. He did indeed. Otherwise, he could have won it. I don't know about would have. He could have, because they did play Pep's Man City in the final. But good point. He could have done it. You're right. He could have done it. But yeah, anybody else want to say anything else on the Cups? Do you think we might have a small team do it this year? And by small team, I do mean Spurs. I'm joking. Do we think they'll be one of the less favoured teams? Might pull a surprise. Could this be the season? Let us know, guys, what you think in the chat. Please let me know. Brilliant. We are 23 likes on the stream. Absolutely amazing. Great stuff. Everybody, you are diamonds. Anybody else got anything on the domestic cups? Let us know. Arthur, what do you think? Do you think Arsenal can win the Carabao Cup? Arthur, I don't even know if you was aware. Your beloved Arsenal haven't won the Carabao Cup since 1993. Ichiku says, I fancy one of the relegated Premier League clubs could do well. So like a West Ham, for example, or a Burnley or a Wolves to have a cup run. West Ham used to be a cup team, Ichiku. You've been around the block a long time, my bro. As you know, veteran of this channel like me. Ultimately, maybe you're right. West Ham could dig deep into their heritage and win a cup. Villa, what are your thoughts on Villa for a cup? I know you said it's about time. It definitely is. Unai Emery, can he translate his Europa League winning form to the domestic cups? I'm trying to think of Unai Emery's record in the domestic cups. Has he gotten them to anywhere near a final yet? Obviously, Arsenal, we got Arsenal to the Europa League final. He's won the Europa League with Aston Villa. How's he done with Aston Villa in the cups overall? Duckerton says, I missed your comment. Oh, then what's that? So Duckerton says, we love a cup run. Then it's just a Mickey Mouse trophy. Is that what I missed, my bro? Oh, it's a major tournament for Arsenal and Liverpool until they are eliminated. And then it's just a Mickey Mouse trophy. That's definitely an Arsenal comment for sure. Bob says, Anfield agenda is yelling his head off. Mate, Bob. This is the thing, Bob. Sometimes people, I feel a little bit sorry for him because sometimes people go there and it's a successful channel. But a lot of the time people go there to laugh at him, which is a little bit sad in a way. But you know, it's successful and people are going to go there because they like Car Crash TV. But honestly, like I said, Bob, I'm not going to do that sort of stuff on my channel. Rant and moan over and over and over. It's the same topic every day. Why haven't we signed players? Why haven't we signed players? And then tomorrow when we sign a player, they'll be the first there with the thumbnails. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, what I want to see then, honestly, what I want to see, Bob, is these channels, whether they're Liverpool channels or Man U channels, Arsenal channels, moaning about lack of signings. When the club makes a signing, don't make a video then. Do you know what I mean? Just don't make a video. Do you know what I'm saying, Bob? Do you kind of agree with me, Bob, or not really? Do you think I'm being a bit too harsh there? Ichiku says Villa got beat by Palace. What, in one of the finals? Was it or last season you're talking about, Ichiku? I can't remember, my bro. Arthur says, nope, it's the Mickey Mouse Cup. I hear that, my bro. With the emojis in the title. Let's have a look. How far back was that? There's nothing there, Duckington. There's nothing there, mate. You'll have to copy and paste it. Yeah, Duckington, I went back. I can't see anything with that in. I can't see that, Duckington. You'll have to repost it. Bob says, nah, you're good. We need depth to realistically win. Thank you, my bro. And yeah, this is it. But you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, what is the point? Honestly, every day, same old, moaning. I'm just not about it. I'm all about the positivity. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bob. If we go into next season, Liverpool that is, and don't sign any players, then yeah, rant and moan every single day till the window opens. Have at it. But until that window closes, you don't know what the plan is for the club. Not you, Bob. He doesn't know what the plan is. He does not know what the plan is. He thinks he may know, just like I can guess what may know. Bob, you may guess what you think the club's doing. But do we actually know what the club is doing? Do we? Do we have the inside track? Do we? No, we don't. So let's just all be patient. So, Bob, that's what he needs to hear. But whatever. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Right. Ichiku says, with Villa in Europe, I doubt if we will prioritise the European Cup, you mean? Or you mean you won't prioritise the cups? I think that's what you're trying to say, Ichiku. Yeah, you'll prioritise Europe. Yeah, exactly. I knew that's what you meant. Arthur says, Crawley are winning EFL 2. Let us see. Doug says, I mean, like when the ranting fans about transfers when their club sign players, it's always party time emoji in the title of their video. Exactly, Dougton. Now, look, I don't moan about the lack of signings for Liverpool. I'm willing to be patient. But when them signings come, I'll make a video and I'll be giving it a yes, because that's what it's all about. Natasha says, like when in the 80s when Coventry beat Spurs in the FA Cup. Exactly. Keith Houchin scoring a winner, 3-2 against Spurs. Well remembered, Natasha. But do you remember the year, Natasha? 1980? Let me know, Natasha. Wes Rowan, new to the channel. Wes says, but signings aren't there if Barcola saga drags on. More or less time for other signings. I hear that, Wes. But the thing is, Wes, let me know, Wes. You're new to the channel. Nice to meet you as I go out of focus. Are you a Red, by the way? Let me know. I'm a Liverpool fan. If you didn't know by the background, you can tell. And what we're doing today is we're doing a question show back and forth with me, the host, Ade, the veteran arcade soldier. And I throw topics over to yourselves and you can throw topics back at me and we talk about them in a discussion format. Now, Wes, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But we don't know if signs are being lined up in the background. I believe they are, Wes. I have to believe they are. I don't think Liverpool are going to be so stop-start that in the end we'll only leave ourselves with 1 or 2 signings. It's just not likely. We're definitely going to at least start this season with obviously Muniz and at least 3 or possibly 4 more. I have to believe that. We're a big business. We're not going to go into the season and hamper ourselves like that, in my opinion. Wes says, Anfield agenda is a KNOB. Every day it's something different. Every day, one day happy, one day depressed. Honestly, it's an emotional roller coaster. But look, I'm sure he's a lovely guy. You can tell he's a good man. He's a good person. But getting into it with the audience and the people that they'll go there to troll him. I get it. He's been doing it a long time, but it is what it is. But yeah, going over this stuff the same time. How many times can you say the same old thing? Honestly, it is boring to me beyond belief. But Wes, I'm a very positive person. I'm probably too positive. I'm not pro FSG, by the way. I'm not at all. But I'm pro Liverpool. And I support the club in what they do. And I believe in good business. Now, Wes, I've got a different take on things. I've done a Liverpool podcast on my channel. Give it a listen. It's half an hour, but I cover lots of topics. I'd love for you to listen to it and hear your feedback on it, if you fancy it. And if you do like positive channel, Liverpool's primarily Liverpool based, but many different fans in the chat. Arsenal fans in the chat, Villa fans, all sorts, Stoke, all sorts on my channel. Drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and welcome to the community. Bob says, Hugh's job is not as easy as it seems to these people. This is it, Bob. Exactly that. It is not as easy as that. Kaylee said, Duke says, I think Brighton will win. Supporting your local team, Duke. Good man. You never know. It's about time Brighton did something in the FA Cup for sure. Wes says, I'm a red. I'm not doom and gloom because when people back, the squad is up there. Exactly, mate. Our first 11 on paper right now is top notch. It's just as good as anything in the league. Our first team. Well, give or take Frimpong. That's the one I'm worried about. If Bradley was back, no problem. But the thing is, though, it's the rest of the squad. We are lacking numbers. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Going into next season, I'm very optimistic. If we get 3 or 4 players over the line, I'll tell you who I want. We're moving away from the question, but obviously it is what it is. Wes says, I will do. I like different opinions from rational people. Thank you, Wes. Appreciate it, my bro. Right. Last thing on the domestic cups. Let us know. Welcome to the channel, Wes, anyway, by the way. We do different topics, as I said. We've done 4 already. This has been the 3rd one. So now we're going to go on to the next one, which I will introduce. Get your brains thinking, guys, for the next topic. And I'll let you choose topic number 6. I'm going to choose topic number 5. So bear with me. I'm just going to get it copied. There's been some brilliant topics today. So anyone wants to go back and watch this back on the channel, I think you would enjoy it. Natasha, hopefully you've enjoyed it there. We've talked about Summerville. Would you have gone for the money, etc.? That was a really good topic earlier on. Right. Here is the next topic. Let me put it in there. All right. Bang, bang, bang. Right. Now, this one may seem a little obvious to some, but a lot of the journalists... Actually, let me just get it all typed out first and formatted on the channel. On the screen. Right, let me start the timer. We're going to move on to the next topic now. Like I said, next topic, I'll open it up to the floor. You can go with it. Please, everybody, it's very important for the channel growth. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. Man like Steve is back in the building. Steve's got here late, he says. Sorry, just got here. And have we spoken about the great comeback last night? All Leeds. Aren't we super Leeds? Steve, fair play to you, my bro. You turned us over. It is what it is. But Steve, love the banter, my bro. You're a top boy. But well done, my mate. Duke says, what do you live stream on, like PC, phone or iPad? Duke, I've got my own PC setup that I've put together. Not the most amazing setup, but it's strong enough to do what I need to do. So there you go, Duke. Risky Vinny could make or break Arsenal, Bob says. Right, before I read that back again, Bob, let me introduce The topic. So, Real Madrid are to resume talks with Arsenal target Vinicius Jr. Hello, Get Rob, back in the chat. Saints fan from down the south coast. Right, so the rumours are Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Vinicius Jr. and he's angling for a move away from the club. Real Madrid came out last week and put their final offer of wages and a new contract to Vinicius Jr. on the table. Basically, strong-arming Vinicius saying, here's your offer, you're at Real Madrid, take it or leave it. Vinicius Jr. has then come back and said, well, I'll agree personal terms with Arsenal, or his agents have, etc., etc. Now, a few days later, there's been hype and talk in the media that Real Madrid are going to lose Vinicius to Arsenal. The online fans are getting gassed. Vinicius Jr., we've seen it with all the fan channels. Vinny Jr. mocked up in an Arsenal shirt. Will he go to Arsenal? It's likely. It's heading that way. It's 50-50. Now it's more. Now the news has broken this afternoon that Real Madrid have resumed talks, surprise, surprise, with Arsenal target Vinicius Jr. What is everybody's thoughts on this transfer? Do we believe it could happen? Vinny Jr. to Arsenal? Or is he just using them to get a new deal to stay at Real Madrid? I throw it open to the chat. Go for it. So hit me back, please. I've introduced it. It's all yours. Rob, welcome back to the channel, my bro. You've just heard the topic. Rob, let's hear your opinion on this as well, my bro. And Rob, my main guy, down there on the Hampshire coast, make sure you smash that like button. Ichiku says, as I've said before, Arsenal stand a greater chance of signing Maradona. Wow, Ichiku has gone in strong. I hear that. Arthur, the Arsenal fan, says, never happening, all a ploy for his new contract. I hear that, my bro. And it's not really even Arthur being cynical. To me, I do agree, very similar. But is there not a chance where Real Madrid have taken a risk and that they go out of the way and upset Vinny and he thinks, you know what? Sod this team, I've had enough. Because at the end of the day, they've now got Diamande in, guys. Remember that. So if you think about the front line, Mbappe's already there. Vinny Jr. is there. Brahim Diaz is there. Endrick is still there. Obviously, there's going to be other. Jude Bellingham plays up nearer the attacking positions in the 10. Who else do they have there attacking players? So Vinny Jr.'s place as the main man has been under threat for a couple of years now. Not just from, obviously, Mbappe, but Jude Bellingham has outshone him since going in there, being there as well. So it is an interesting one. Is there still a small chance that it could happen? But I'm just playing devil's advocate. Wes says, the thing is, Vinny is a good player, but is he someone to ruin your whole structure on? Well, Wes, I know exactly what he's saying. Talent-wise, probably, apart from Kvaratskhelia at PSG, probably the most talented left winger on the planet. Flatters to deceive, but he's obviously a game changer. Would command amazing salary. He would break the wage structure. He would go in there. And if you think about the Arsenal team, they don't really have loads of superstars. Not really. Saka's being their top guy. And then everyone else is more or less on the same level. Declan Rice, top players. But no real established superstars. Not like, say, even like how Liverpool had like Van Dijk, Alisson and Salah. Kind of like a next, like world-class kind of recognised superstars. Vinny going at Arsenal, he becomes the top guy straight away. So he breaks the wage structure. Straight away, other players are going, knocking on the door going, well, how can Vinny come in and be getting $500,000? Declan Rice is like, well, I want a hike on mine. Saka's like, I've just signed this, but I want a hike on mine. And so on and so on, so and so and so and so. And would he work anyway in terms of the tracking back and all of the defensive stuff that we know big Mikel Arteta wants their players to do? But that's my thing on it. Right, Rob says, I'll be truly shocked if Vinny goes to Arsenal unless Arsenal offers something ridiculous. It's not going to happen. So in answer to your question, your response then, Rob, what would be that figure? What if Arsenal actually just said, do you know what? We're not going to bother with Barcola for 110 mil like Liverpool. We're going to go basically all in and throw 145 at Real Madrid. Would Arsenal do it? They probably have the spending power to potentially do it. It wouldn't be impossible for Arsenal to do it. What if they went 150 mil? Would Real Madrid turn that down? They could take that 150 mil and go, do you know what? Oh, thanks for that. Now let's take that 150 mil, add 50 in and go to Bayern Munich and try and get Elise. Yusuf, are you there? Are you hearing me, Yusuf? So is it, I don't know. There's part of me that thinks it's very unlikely, but there's a sneaky part where it's not as far-fetched as it seems. Right. Steve says he won't leave Real Madrid. It's all a ploy for a bigger deal. He's an arrogant player. He's an arrogant so-and-so, says Steve, who thinks the football owes him. I'd leave him to rot in the reserves. Arsenal should leave him alone. The troublemaker. Steve, 2 footies. What? Vinny Jr has flown past. 95 FIFA pace. But Steve, in his lead shirt, has given him the Ron Harris chop. Game done. I know Ron Harris played for Chelsea, but you know what I mean. Right, Wes says, look, all the newish boys to Arsenal are going to see Vinny on 500k a week and they're going to want his money. That's what I'm saying, Wes. Ichiku says, I would love to see Vinny Jr in the Premier League, but I really think that he will stay. I hear that, Ichiku. Even though you think it's unlikely, Maradona in his dead grave is more likely than that. But I would love to see him in the Prem, to be honest. Now, don't get me wrong. They're basically going to get Guimaraes over the line, or if they haven't done it already. If they got, I think that makes them favourites anyway, getting Bruno Guimaraes already. If they got Vinny Jr, oh my days, you might as well give definitely Arsenal one hand on the title. With obviously their current squad, Arteta already winning it. That's what I think. Right, Ichiku says, Wes says, Vinny will struggle in the Prem. He's a crier. Let him see Dan Burn on a cold Wednesday night in the Toon. I hear that, Wes. I hear that. That's the thing, isn't it? That's going to be the new one, Wes. I like it. Big Dan Burn on a cold night up at Newcastle. But Wes, that's going to be our boy soon. Is that going to be Barcola up against Big Dan Burn? On a Wednesday night in the Toon, where it's going to be Sunday when we kick off against the Toon. And we could be playing them at a good time. They've got no midfield. Let's go. Bob says, is he worth 145 with 1 year left though? Well, here's the thing, Bob. Football's going into a weird state. Now, I agree with you, but we think, because we follow football fans for so long, like the way transfers are, we automatically go, Bob, he's in his last year of his contract. He ain't worth buttons. He's probably worth 150 as he is if he was on a 4 or 5 year deal. I hear what you're saying, Bob. 1 year left. How can he be worth 145? I agree with you, Bob. But look at John Paul Van Hecker. He's just left Brighton to go to Spurs. He was in the last year of his contract. 52 million he went for. Now, Van Hecker is probably a 60 million pound defender anyway, because no one's going to tell me he's worth 70, 75 on a full contract. So are we now moving into the age where however long you got left in your contract doesn't mean anything anymore? I throw that to you, Bob. It's a possibility, right? Thomas says, Jessica had a bad day today. What happened, Thomas? Feel free to share. Tell her to come in and have a chat. I hope she's all right. Arthur says, the Arsenal system wouldn't work with an ego. I agree with you, Arthur. Duckington says, you missed my comment. Damn, Duckington. You're going to need to start putting flipping party poppers next to it. Where is it, my brother? I cannot see it. Mate, are you trolling me? You're trolling me. There's nothing there, mate. Hold on, where is it? And for the gender or whatever his name is, rant so people watch and he gets money. Was it that one, Duckington? Was it that one about Craig on Anfield Agenda? Let me know. I think I just read it, Duckington. My voice is going. All right, yeah, repost it then, mate. I just read the Anfield Agenda one about the money and the super chats, etc. Possibly so. I will not confirm or deny. That is his business. Steve says, I have to disagree. One man doesn't make a team. Let him come to England. Let him come to Ellen Road in the winter, cold, dark and rain. Big Ethan Ampadu would welcome him with a good Yorkshire tackle. Right, some old school tackles flying in the chat. Bob says, Gahey went for 35 mil with 1 year left. Bob, he went for 35 mil with 6 months left, Bob. Under 6 months left. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but okay, fair enough. But okay, yeah, but this is the thing though, Bob. 35 mil with 1 year left. That's what I'm trying to say. Gahey went with 5 months left on his contract for 35 mil. Man City could have waited 5 months and got him for nothing. And yes, he was. And in this summer, let's have it right. Now that prices have gone up, Gahey would have been worth about 70, 80. But yeah, Gahey went for 35 million with 5 months left, Bob. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like it's the length of your contract doesn't seem to be as important anymore, how long left. Because even with a very short amount of time left, players are still going for crazy money. Like, basically, Bob, a few years ago, 5 years ago, if Gahey had 4 months left to go on his contract, nobody would pay more than 5 mil for him. Nobody. Do you know what I mean? But Duxton said, no, I'll resend it. Resend it, mate. Arthur says, we were welcome to Ellen Road last year and smacked you up 4-0, says Arthur. I was fuming with that. I really thought Leeds would turn up against Arsenal, but yeah, they got annihilated. Bob says, Bradley will pocket Vinny again when he's fit. I love it. Let's go. Duckerton says, the Vinny discrimination is bad, but it's an S show. People frame it because Mbappe is not a racist bigot just because he called Vinny the ugliest player on a team. Get a grip. I hear that. But that is another good point. You know what? That's actually a brilliant comment. Not so much about the whole Mbappe part, but you're right. He's been sick and tired of the racial abuse he's got in Spain. If he comes over to England, of course, we have racism in this country, but it's nowhere near on the levels of Eastern Europe, Spain, and Italy. Vinny Jr. comes over here, he could just live like a free black man the vast majority of the time, or a black Brazilian, and he's definitely not going to get much racist abuse, if any, at our football grounds. So really, really good point, Duckington. He might just think, do you know what? If he's got any sense about him, he's in his mid-20s, he can think, I can go to England, there's basically a lot of brothers over there, and you know what I mean? I can live my life and be a bit freer. But whereas in Spain, he's getting rinsed, racismo, every single week. It is a fantastic point. Really, really good point. Raymond, back in the chat. Raymond from Slavonga, Zambia. My guy. Raymond, big Newcastle fan. Raymond says, hi, Ade, how are you? Jazil's paperwork is sorted now, and he will be unveiled as the new manager of Newcastle. Today, says Ray. Welcome back, Ray. Glad to hear that you're happy your new manager is in situ at Newcastle. It's not going to save you, though, when Liverpool come to town on the first weekend of the Premier League and run wild on your Newcastle. Raymond, my guy. Thomas says, read my message. Thomas says, where is it, Thomas? Jessica had a bad day today. I think I read that one, Thomas. And Jessica's here. Veteran, a girl ignored me at my cricket club today, and that's got me annoyed today. What happened, Jessica? Tell Uncle Vet, and I will smooth it over for you. Don't worry, you've got to try and be thick-skinned, Jessica. I know it's not easy, but that is the way it is in life. Jessica, what happened? Share it with the chat, and we will advise you how to handle it. Potentially. Steve says, Vinny going to Millwall. That would be one hell of a wake-up call for him. Millwall is a hellhole, says Steve. Good stuff. Right. Fantastic fantastic question there. Really, I put it in the chat. Fantastic by me. But more or less, really, fantastic answers from everybody. Right. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. It's an obvious one. It's Route 1. I've taken it out of Allison's hands. I put it on the floor and I'm slapping it 80 yards to Isak. It's Route 1. Do you think Vinny Jr. comes to the... Vinny Jr. joins the Asna. Right. I put the poll in the chat. Hit it, guys. We've got a minute left of the conversation. Let's do it. 1 second, Jessica. I will read your comment in a moment. Raymond says, so everyone get voting, please. Get voting on the poll. We'll give it a minute or so, a minute and a half, 2 minutes while I read out the messages. Raymond says, hi, Ade, how are you? I'm very good, my brother. Newcastle United versus Liverpool. Watch along. Yes, I'll be doing it, Ray. I'll be doing it. Newcastle United will beat Liverpool. Now, you're just lying now, Ray. You're just lying, my bro. But I hope you think so, because Liverpool will turn up and finish you, man, off. Let's go. Come on. Respect though, Ray. Love you, my bro. Over there in Zambia. And there's for you, Ray. That's what you're going to see all over the tune. Let's go. Right. Jessica says, I will call you my Uncle Vet because you're a great guy. Thank you, Jess. What did she do to him? Why did she ignore you? What was the situation? Don't worry, Jessica. I always say a good night's rest, a good night's sleep, you wake up another day, you won't even be bothered by it. Right. I'm just putting my vote in as well. Everybody, slap your votes in on this topic and let us see what we come up with. Arthur says, Arsenal versus Coventry, opening night. What about it, Arthur? Do you want that to be the next topic? Or do you want to expand on that a little bit? Does anybody else have a topic? I've done 3 so far. The chat has done 2. Does somebody have another topic? Duckerton says, game over. Steve says, question for you, Addy. Which current Leeds players would you have at Liverpool, bro? Very good question. Steve, I won't put it as a topic. I'll just answer the question. Oh, Arthur, am I doing it? Is it what day is it on, Arthur? Is it the Friday night one? Is it the first one? Is there a Friday night one? Arsenal Coventry? Let me know, Arthur. If there's a Friday night football game, I will do it 100%. I'm definitely going to do the Liverpool game, and I'm going to do the Wolves game that starts the Championship. I can't remember who they're playing. Maybe if Jay's in the chat, he'll be able to tell me. Right. Anyone want to vote? Please get your vote in. I'm going to end the poll in a few moments. Bob says Tanaka and Calvert-Lewin for depth. I hear that, Bob. Do you know what? Calvert-Lewin, staying fit, it's not a bad shout, mate. Because he stayed fit all last season. There you go, Steve. But Steve, you've just got him in the door. He's a former player of Liverpool. I would have taken him back at Liverpool. Harry Wilson. I know he's only new back to the club. But I take Harry Wilson. Who else would I take, Steve? No, I'm not being rude, Steve. Not that many. Maybe Ethan Ampadu, squad player. The centre-backs, no. Joe Rodon, not good enough. Well, obviously Trafford, they haven't got him yet, have they? I would have taken Trafford, Bob. But that's the thing. It's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh, Steve, because I'm trying to take players that have just walked in the door. Like basically Trafford or Harry Wilson. So that'd be my answer. Maybe Dominic Calvert-Lewin, like Bob says, for backup. Tanaka, not so much myself. Thomas says, can I call you Uncle Vet? As well as Jessica will call you Uncle Vet. Go for it. No problem, guys. Call me Uncle Vet. No worries. But right, we're ending the poll. Let's get the results in. Right, 11 votes. Do you think Vinny Jr joins Arsenal? No, 73. And yes, 27. I'd like to know the ones who thought he would. I thought it would be a bit more of a landslide. I voted no personally. Steve says to the chat, if your club could afford any player, who would you strengthen your team with and who would you take? Right, let's do that one. Let's do that one as the topic, Steve. So Steve's doing the topic. I think that's a really good one. Let's get it in there. Give me a sec before we start the timer. And don't just fire your answers in. Let me format it first. And then we go from there. All right. All right. All right, what can we do to spread this out? Oh. I'll have to shorten this. Steve. Oh. If your club could afford any player... Right, there you go. Sorry about that. It's a long one from Steve. Right, I haven't read any messages in the chat. But let's go from there. Right, so there it is there. Bob says Bastoni. Bob, I don't know if you've seen... Actually, let me read the question again. Let me introduce it. So, Steve puts it in the chat and says, if your club could afford any player, who would you strengthen for your team and who would you take? Really good question, Steve. Cheers for that. So think on it, guys. Put your answers in the chat. Bob says Bastoni. Bob, I don't know if you've looked at what's going on with Bastoni at Inter Milan. He's up against some pretty serious legal charges outside of the game. So I don't think Bastoni will be going anywhere for a while, Bob. But I know what you mean. You want the centre-back, the player. I hear that. Jessica says, Wolves got Blackburn for the first game of the Championship. Jessica, that's the game. Wolves v Blackburn. I'm doing that one, my first EFL game. Arthur says, Kim Jong-un because he scored 40 goals in the World Cup final. What are you talking about, Arthur? Ichiku says, I know Ade would love my boy Konza at Liverpool. Definitely not. Steve says, it can only be one money, no objects. It can, what's that? Yeah, one player, yeah. Just any player, one player, no money's no object. Steve, I hear that. Duckton says, as a Stoke fan, I would take Arda Güler. Wow, pretty random. I like it. Arda Güler going to Stoke. I hear you, Duckington. And where's that man, FCB? Bob says, anybody, then Gabriel. You'd like Gabriel as a centre-back. So basically, Bob, you're definitely worried about Liverpool centre-back being the biggest thing. I hear that. But then, Bob, would you not take Saliba over Gabriel? Saliba's only 23, 24, 10 years left in him. And obviously, you know, and probably the better player than Gabriel, just about. Steve says, for Leeds, it will be Haaland. Wow, what a shout that is. I hear that. Do you know what? If Liverpool didn't have Isak, we need to make it work. It's one player, by the way. I'll throw mine in. But yeah, because obviously Haaland's already... Honestly, I think I'll probably take Mbappe. Just because I'd love to see it. Mbappe ripping up the Premier League. Yeah. Mbappe. And if not Mbappe from... Oh no, I've only got one, right? Yeah, I'm taking Mbappe. I'm taking... Bob, you greedy man. Stop being greedy. You've already had your go. I'm taking Mbappe for Liverpool. That's what I'm doing. Striker, left wing. Job done. Definitely. Good shout. Ade says Steve. Jessica. And plus, it's not just the player. You get the eyes of the world on your club as well. You know, Liverpool's already got the eyes of the world on them anyway. But you get Mbappe as well. Ooh. Tasty. But if I had to throw another one in, Kvaratskhelia. Bring me that guy. What a player. But then I'd want Elise as well. Oh, I'd want Elise. Oh, good question, Steve. I just want everybody. Yamal. Oh my God. Actually, I take it all back. Bring me Yamal. I just take Yamal. That's it. I retract it from the statement. Strike that from the record, Your Honour. I'll take Lamine Yamal, 19 years of age. Liverpool got a right wing spot open for you, my bro. You can come in and fill it for the next 15 years. Bring me Lamine Yamal. That's it. I'm taking it back. Lamine Yamal. Bring me Lamine expeditiously. Ichiku says, the PSG guy whose name I can't spell. Kvaratskhelia. There you go. He did, and Haaland was born in Leeds. Steve, he was. When Alpha Inga Haaland was putting it down, laying the pipe down on his missus back in the day in Leeds. Kvaratskhelia numbers do not look that good in the league. But that's the thing, Bob. This is the thing. I don't get caught up on the whole numbers thing. Because Kvaratskhelia probably played about 20 league games for PSG last season. A little bit injury, but they didn't even use him that much because they didn't need to. But where was he when they stepped up towards the end of the quarters and the semis and the final? He was all over it, Bob. So sometimes it's about just getting that player who could just peak and make the difference. But give me Kvaratskhelia. Give me Lamine Yamal. Right. Duxton says Kvaratskhelia. Arthur wants Pedri for Arsenal. Great shout, Pedri. Top player. Jessica says, can you read my message, please? Jessica says, Thomas says, what noise was that? A dog noise? It might have been on the outside. Jessica, your message got deleted. All right, here it is. I love you as my favourite Uncle Vet because you help me out a lot. You're welcome, Jessica. You're absolutely welcome. Definitely don't stress about people at work. You got to try and build up tolerance and have a thick skin, Jessica, about people being rude to you in life. Because sadly, it's always going to happen in life. Just got to try not to take it personally. People out there are going to have a bad day. Not everyone's going to be as nice as you or me, etc. So just find that inner tougher person and just take it as a compliment that you can take a deep breath, walk away, and go and do something that makes you smile, Jessica. There you go. Michelle, welcome to the channel. Michelle, I was about to say welcome to the channel, and she comes in and slaps me with the 4-2. Michelle, how are you, Michelle36? Can you please let us know who you support? I'm assuming it's Leeds United. Michelle, let me know, but welcome to the chat, my dear. I read yours, Thomas. There you go. Bob says, they had the best backup in the world in Barcola, so fair. There you go, my bro. And that's why we cannot, people shouldn't be moaning. Here she is. I'll come on to you in a minute, Michelle. That's why we can't go in on Barcola being not this guy, because people going, oh, he's a backup player. Bob, as you know, he's such a good player. Barcola would start for basically 98% of teams in world football. He's just behind Kvaratskhelia, who just happens to be probably the best left winger in the world. But great point, Bob. Duckington says, yo, lucky India wasn't in the World Cup. They have Mr. Greedy. Who's that, Duckington? Michelle says, she's a toffee. That's why I was chuckling. Welcome to the channel, Michelle. The lady, are you from Liverpool yourself? You can tell by my accent that I'm a Scouser. Obviously not. I'm from London, but Liverpool run through my veins, as you know. But Michelle, I'll be happily seeing your boys, the Toffees. And let's remember who won the first derby at your new stadium, Michelle. How about that? But Michelle says she's from Liverpool. Welcome to the channel, Michelle. What we do on my channel, Michelle, it's open to everybody. We've got fans of all clubs in the chat. It's a very positive place, non-toxic vibes, no silliness, just good laughs and whatnot. We like a little bit of banter, Michelle, as you came in with, but it's all about getting on. We're doing my chat show tonight, which is live chat with Ade, me, the veteran arcade soldier on my channel, and we go through topics. We talk about them for 15 minutes. We might have a poll. We throw over discussions. We start topics. I throw them back. This is actually topic 6. I've just realised I need to change that. It's actually topic 6. And the chat can throw up their own topics, or I put topics in the chat, Michelle. Welcome to the channel. If you like a positive place, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. Right. Michelle says, I'm a toffee. Jessica says, I love to talk to Thomas, so that will make me happy all the time. Brilliant. Michelle confirmed she's from Liverpool. Glad to hear it. You're a good guy, says Thomas. Thank you. Ade is a glory hunter. I am. Michelle, I was that boy in the 80s growing up. Definitely a glory hunter. But, you know, then Liverpool last won the league in 1990 and there was barely any glory for the next 25 years. Just the odd cup. Michelle says, yes, you're a Cockney, a.k.a. Scouse. There you go. I hear that. But you know what? Funny enough, Michelle, the last time I went to Liverpool, I got a hire car. I drove up to watch the West Ham game. I parked my rental car in Goodison Park car park, and some prat reversed into it and dented it. And it made a dent on the white rim, and I used a bit of toothpaste and covered it up, Michelle, and handed it back to the hire company. Did they find out it was me? Did they F? No, they didn't. But there you go. Michelle, welcome to the channel. What do you think about Everton this season? Are you worried about the form that David Moyes and the boys showed at the end of the season? Or do you think you'll have a good season? Can you keep Jack Grealish on loan or even buy him permanently? Michelle, what are your thoughts on the Toffees next season? You didn't even beat Stoke the other day, I'll have you know. Duckington in the chat is a Stoke fan. He'll tell you, you didn't even beat Stoke. Anyway, so hold that about your 4-2. Anyway, Michelle says Liverpool was good in them days. They definitely were good back in the day. But Michelle, they were definitely good back in... Everton were good back in the day. When I was a kid, one of the first games I can remember, Michelle, is Liverpool versus Everton in the FA Cup final in 1986. When big Ian Rush slapped 2 past big Neville Southall. Actually, it wasn't Neville Southall. It was Bobby Mims. If anybody remembers, Bobby Mims was in goal that day, I think. Anyway, Ade is from Hackney. I am from Hackney, London's finest. Duxton says, they lost to my team, Stoke. There you go. Duxton already said it. Michelle says, I like Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans are saying today, it's only a friendly. Ooh, Michelle just going in 2-footed on Ade. It's true. It was only a friendly. It's true. You lost to Stoke. It was only a friendly. It's true. But it wasn't friendly when we came over to, what's the bloody place called again? The new stadium with a stupid name? The Hill Dickinson Stadium. We came there. Oh, that honestly, Michelle, before we go back to the topic, that made my day. Iliman Njai was running off. Oh, he scored the first goal at the new stadium. But who was it really? It was Big Mo Salah. Let's go. Anyway, back to the messages. Duxton says, JJ Gabriel Masterclass, get in. Thanks for the routine win. Who was it? JJ Gabriel? He plays for Man United. What are you talking about? He's that youngster at Man United. Right. Anybody else? Is there any club, any player you want for your club? Has anyone not mentioned who they'd like? Jessica, who would you like for Crystal Palace? Thomas, one player. Money's no object. Who would you like for your beloved Chelsea? Michelle, what about you for Everton? If money was no object. Topic number 6. One player for your club. Money, no object. Who would you sign? Michelle. Michelle also says, Duckerton, are you in the Premier League? Oh, sorry, you are not. Ouch. Two-footed. Michelle is throwing two-footed tackles left, right and centre. We've got to keep our eye on this woman. She's going in on everybody. She's only been in the chat 5 minutes and she deserves multiple red cards. Bad, bad lady. Right, Arthur says, Kylian the dictator Mbappe. Duckerton says, at least my badge doesn't have a jail on it. Ouch. That's a good one. Oh, responses are flying back into the chat. Steve says, go on, Michelle. Duckerton gives her the red card. Brilliant, lively stuff in the chat. Oh my day, Steve. Funnily enough, the next topic, I've just looked on my list. Steve, the next topic is exactly what you just did. That was the next topic. I just realised. Wow. Okay, I've got another topic anyway. So it is what it is. So let's get it in. There's no reason for a poll on this one. But I'll let the timer run down. A few more minutes. Bob says, who is a baller? What's that? Njai is a baller. Yeah, Iliman Njai, he is a baller. But there was rumours he was going to go over to Saudi, wasn't there? But it looks like they've that's gone a bit cold. Michelle, I don't know if there's any news on that. It's gone a bit cold. Iliman Njai going over to the Saudi League. Michelle says, I'm happy with getting Norgard for 7 million when Arsenal got him for 10. Yeah, that was you know what? It's a good deal. Premier League player. He's a captain of Brentford. He was great experience. He's going to be fresh, Michelle. He's going to have a lot of energy, a lot of pep in his step because he got no minutes at Arsenal basically. He'll definitely strengthen up your midfield. That is for true. And it's a decent. Arthur says Norgard is very underrated. Michelle, Arthur, just below you, is a youngster. He's an Arsenal fan. And he's a very positive pro-Arsenal. And he says Norgard is very underrated. Why was he not used that much? Why was he not used that much at Arsenal, Arthur? I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. It's weird. Like, there's times when Arsenal needed a rest. I thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously he's not Declan Rice. But surely Declan Rice could have been rested some games. And Norgard could have played. Very, very strange from Arteta. Arteta is very brutal like that. Once he's made up his mind on a player, he just will not play them. Duckington with the new YouTube emojis. Michelle says, Njai's back in training with Everton today. So hopefully we will keep him. I hear that, Michelle. Michelle's going to say good luck to you, but I don't want to lie to your face. You're probably a lovely lady. But yeah, I hope Everton have the season they have. Let's put it that way. But Michelle, you're very much welcome on the channel. I hope you've liked and subscribed. Right, Arthur says, because we have the third best midfield in the world. I hear that, Arthur. But it's a squad game. There's times when you could have rested Declan Rice and just played Norgard a game. How many games did he even play for Arsenal? I swear he played less than 5 games. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, Michelle says she did like and subscribe. And that's why you are a legend, Michelle. Michelle, before we go, 50 seconds on to the next topic. Who's the one player you would sign if money was no object? Has anyone else put theirs one in there? Ian, has your phone battery died? Bob has already done his. Bob, the greedy Liverpool fan, has chosen multiple. Greedy, greedy man. There's loads of people in the chat. I can see you're skulking in the background. It's all good. Make yourselves known. My name is Ade, the veteran arcade soldier. Come forth, make friends. That is what my channel is all about. Right, so on to the next subject. Let's see what Michelle says. Michelle, did you pick a player? I'm not going to go on to the next subject, Michelle. I want you. Money is no object, Michelle. Pick a player for Everton if money was no object. Right, maybe she did. No, not yet. I'm still waiting, Michelle. The chat's waiting, Michelle. Right, let's open it. Thomas says, did you read my message? Let's go back, Thomas. Ade, can you do a dog and a cat noise and also a cow noise? Please, Ade. What? Thomas, why? Thomas, tell me why and I'll do it. I don't know about this performing for people like that. You know, I like a little sing-song every once in a while. Thomas, I'll pull the Drake on you. Thomas, I've got my eyes on you. Right, Michelle says, Kylian Mbappe. I hear it. I hear it. Good shout. That was my shout also as well. I'm not that bad on the voices, Thomas, to be fair. Hold on, let's do. What did Thomas want? He wanted a cow. A dog. All right, we've done that. And a cat. Meow, meow, meow. There you go, Thomas. I've done it for you, mate. Hopefully you appreciate it. I'm not going to do it again. Right. Out of 10. How bad were those impressions? Right. Next topic is coming. Michelle says, because he wants you to be a copycat because all Liverpool fans are copycats. Whatever. Arthur's clipped me. I knew it. I knew it was coming. Absolute savage. What has just filled my ears? What? The singing? The X Factor part? Come on. The singing's all right. Right. Let's go. And Michelle, you can't call me a copycat because I said Mbappe before you. So how about that? Right. On to the next topic. Here it is. But yeah, great shout, Steve. Really good topic, mate. Right, next topic is going to be... Arthur's going to put it in the comments. This guy loves to clip me up. Look at him laughing, the little troll. Arthur, you're an absolute demon, Arthur. Steve, are you still there? My broski. Right. Right, it's going to take a bit of formatting. Oosh. Right. I've got to leave that last part in because that is what makes it. Right, now Natasha, where are you, Natasha? Are you still there? Let's start the timer. Natasha, you said you enjoyed the show. Where are you at, Natasha? Right. Reset the timer. Let's start the timer. And there it is. Right. Topics. Arthur just can't get over the sound effects. Who does Arthur support? He is an Arsenal fan, Michelle. Steve is still here. Top boy Steve. Right. The next topic is this. It's about Spurs. Now, we did it the other day, but with the announcements that's just happened, Natasha came in earlier and said that they've signed Savinho from Man City. She said it's more or less confirmed. I think she said it's confirmed. Tottenham Hotspur have splurged the cash. As it stands, what are you expecting from Spurs this season? There are now heavy rumours that they're also going to get Cody Gakpo from Liverpool and maybe Victor Osimhen from Galatasaray. This is on top of the fact they've already got 5 transfers already. These are Andy Robbo from Liverpool. They have also got Jean-Paul Van Hecke, the centre-back from Brighton. They've got Marco Senesi from Bournemouth. They have got Sandro Tonali for 100 million from Newcastle. And they've also got Mateus Fernandes for 85 million pounds from West Ham. So we are talking about, they've already got 5 players at Spurs, the ones I've just named, and strong rumours of Gakpo and Osimhen. And I think Natasha said Savinho is already through the door. So, are we thinking Spurs, could they be in a title race? Could they be in a top 4 hunt? Could they win a trophy? Are they in the mix to really compete in the top 10? What is everyone's thoughts on Tottenham this season? You've heard me outlay it to you. What are your thoughts? Get it in the chat. Arthur says Gunners, Spurs are rubbish. Michelle says, where is Arsenal going to finish this season? At the moment, I predict first. But before we move on to some of those, let's stick to the topic, please, guys. The show has to run on order. Thomas says, I love your Drake. Thank you. Abdul says, Liverpool 2, Leeds 4. I hear that, Abdul. Abdul is back in the chat. Where did you go, Abdul? Which channel? Was it that AA channel? Let me know. Michelle says 70 million for Gakpo. I hear that. That is the rumours. 70 to 75. Should Liverpool sell? I'm not sure, Michelle. If we've got a decent player lined up, but I'm unhappy with losing experience. Gakpo, 27, 28 in his physical prime. We're talking about losing McAllister as well. Another one, 28 in his prime. It's all well and good replacing these players, but ultimately Liverpool would be replacing these players with much younger, inexperienced players, which is something that Abdul is annoyed about as well. Abdul is a Liverpool fan. The Mel Snell is back. Mel, have you smashed the like button, Mel? Tell me. Mel says, yo, Grealish just signed to City for 100 million. Thoughts? The Mel Snell with the most up-to-date news as usual. They can get Gakpo. He is on heavy wages. Let's bring in Conceição. I hear that, Bob. So you would sell Gakpo. Me personally, I wouldn't. So I would sell him, but I would not for Conceição. He's too lightweight for me, in my opinion. I would bring in this Syed El-Mala from FC Köln, the German, the youngster 19-year-old, or Mateus Fernandez Pardo from Lille. But back to the topic, guys. We're straying off the rails, off the road. Tottenham, what are we thinking? Michelle, thank you. She's actually answered the question. Michelle says, I think Tottenham will finish in the top 10. But where in the top 10, Michelle? That is pretty vague. Please let us know. And I'll tell you mine. This reminds me of something here, the link in 2 parts. What's that, Arthur? Big up to the Mel Snell, says Duckington. Ichiku says, after seeing Spurs' first half performance before the sending off against Chelsea, I think Spurs will finish in the top 6. I hear that. Arthur, I'm not doing that, mate. I know you're trying to rickroll me. Get out of here. Right. Ichiku says, after seeing Spurs... All right, I read that one. Ichiku, before the Chelsea game, I was very impressed with him anyway. I was impressed with some of the signings. I think the defenders they bought are good defenders, but they're both ball-playing defenders. So if they lose Romero, who is their outstanding defender, Mickey van der Ven, as I said before, I think he's a bit overrated. He's a physical beast. He's fast. He looks physical, but he's weak as anything. The 2 players they bought, Van Hecker and Senesi, great advancing with the ball. Defensively suspect. I think the midfield is amazing. Mateus Fernandez and Sandro Tonali, amazing. Tonali was the player I wanted at Liverpool. That he would have been one of my first choices. 100 million, he's a steal. I'm worried about their attack though. If they get Gakpo, that adds some life and goals to it. And if they get Osimhen, that would make me revise my position. A bit like Michelle, I was thinking top 10, but I was thinking at the moment between 8th and 10th. If they get Gakpo and Osimhen, as well as Savinho, wow. Then you're talking about top 6, top 5 challenge there, definitely. Maybe even a sneaky dark horse title. So I think this is why it's worth asking the question. Right, back to the chat. Arthur, you know I'm not doing it, lad. Don't try it. Arthur, I've got my eyes on you. Ian says Spurs 9th or 10th. Ian is on my page. But Ian, do you think still 9th or 10th, even if they got a Gakpo and Osimhen, Ian? Does that change the reflection here? That's why I threw it in there. Thomas says, I think Tottenham will finish 7th. Thank you, Thomas. Bob said Spurs 8th. Once again, Thomas and Bob, even if they got a Gakpo and let's say, not even just Gakpo, because let's say now they've got Savinho, which is basically going to probably curtail the Gakpo rumours. What if they got Victor Osimhen, a true elite striker up top? Would that make you change your mind? On my life, it's not a Rick Roll. Well, get somebody else to do it then, Arthur, and they can let me know what it is. How about that? Michelle says, copycat again. She's too sharp, this one. I'll keep my eyes on you. Arthur says, just do it. Where's the Nike? I ain't doing anything, Arthur. Can't make me. Ian Wu says, yes, maybe 7th at most. I hear that, Ian. Now, I hear that. And this is the thing. I think Ian and Bob and Michelle are probably... Well, Michelle, you didn't let me know where they're going to finish top 10. It's very vague. It's like me saying, Michelle, I'm going to finish my dinner next time I start it. Well, how much are you going to eat, Michelle? Copycat. Right, anyway. Now, seriously. I think what a lot of the guys are saying in the chat is that Spurs basically finished 17th. So even with all of the outlay, it's very difficult basically to go from 17th to top 4. I know Man United kind of did it last year, but that was a little bit exceptional. No Europe, and Man United probably having a much better squad than Spurs did anyway. But yeah, good point. Thomas says, you are so funny. Thank you, my bro. And that's why this channel is going to keep reaching for the top. Thank you, Thomas. And stay along for the journey, my guy, Uncle Vet. Michelle says, I think Gakpo should stay at Liverpool. To be fair, I don't mind keeping him, to be honest, Michelle. The thing about Gakpo is that technically he's not the most brilliant player, but physically he's got a lot of the things you need for the Prem. He's great in the air. And more importantly, he just gets numbers. He gets goals. Even in his poorest season, he'll get you 7 to 10 goals a season. At his best, he'll get you 15 to 20 in all comps, is what I mean. So yeah, I'm happy to keep Gakpo. Absolutely no problem. Michelle says, okay, 9th, she's saying. Duckerton says the link doesn't go anywhere. I'm still not trying it. This is Arthur. Arthur's a devious man. He's a devious guy. I'm not trying to go there. Spurs could make 21st. Peter's back in the chat. Peter, my Liverpool Anfield brother. How are you doing? Big Pete. Pete says Spurs can make 21st. Peter is the most random Liverpool fan Because Peter does not like Steven Gerrard and he despises Spurs above all teams. And he doesn't even mind Man United or Everton that much. Peter is a 1 in a million Liverpool fan. 100%. Peter, my main guy, one of the originals on my channel. Peter's probably my second guy, the second original on my channel after the main man, St. Pat's, if he arrives later. Peter and St. Pat's are the first two on this channel. Arthur says, it's 2 links, you have to combine them. Arthur, I don't trust you. So just move on, Arthur. I don't trust you. Get out of it. Ichiku says, clocking out now at 8. No worries, Ichiku. Rest up well, my brother. You take care. Have yourself a fantastic good night's sleep. And face the day ahead, my man Ichiku. Big Villa fan. Say it, Ichiku, before you leave. UTV. Michelle says, Peter, you're crazy. You like Man United. Wow. Michelle, Peter is different. He's a different source. But he's a very wise and knowledgeable chap. Just like me. Peter, separated by me by a month. My brother. Peter, what are you smoking, lad? Ian, Peter is different. He's a top boy. Peter, I hope you don't mind me throwing you under the bus with your wild takes. But you know I love you, my bro. Doug says, can't find the other half of the link. Can you do any Disneyland? Not really, mate. Disney's not for me. Your channel is growing, Bob says. Thank you, my bro. It really is. I know. Up, every day it does. Any West Ham fans? Not in here. Not yet, Michelle. Hopefully there will be some soon. Especially when I do a watch along. Ichiku says, up the Villa. Arthur says, some thingy there. Can you do any Disney characters? Disney characters? I'll have to think on it. I can do Scooby-Doo though. Rick's Raggy. Anyway, is Peter a Scouser? Peter says, no problemo. He is a Scouser. Born and bred. We're going to get Alex Scott apparently. I don't know, Bob. They want some silly money. Thomas, did you like the Scooby-Doo? Let me know. He says noise or noish. We're going to get Alex Scott. I'm not sure. I'll take him, Bob. I definitely like Alex Scott. I don't know why people are so down on Alex Scott. They're going like he's overrated. He's not overrated. He is a brilliant technician. He's got energy all day long. He's got great feet. He's got the odd goal in him. Not loads of goals, but he's a fantastic player. I really like Alex Scott. I'll take him, Bob, 100%. Manu Kone is better though. Well, obviously, different type of player, Bob. I agree with you. But as we've said before, Bob, that's the player I want at Liverpool. Bring me Manu Kone expeditiously. That is the Frenchman I need in my team, Bob. Let's go. Can't wait for the new season. Come on. Can't wait for my new Liverpool shirt to arrive as well, so I can show Michelle when she turns up on the next stream. Michelle says, maybe it was Peter who drove into your car at Goodison because he knew a Liverpool fan was there and he likes Everton. Jokes. Well, good job it wasn't actually my car, just a hire car. But I hope you like that story, Michelle. Honestly, I was fuming. Actually, and that's the thing. You know what the game was I went to watch, Michelle? It was Liverpool versus West Ham. 4-0. 2 goals from Sadio. One from Salah and the other one from Daniel Sturridge. What a day that was. Absolutely amazing. And I took my 2 sons to Anfield. My 2 younger sons. My oldest son is a Chelsea fan, by the way. Michelle says, Liverpool new kit looks like a bus seat. I can't even deny it, Michelle. It's horrific. I've still got it though. It's on its way. But it is a rubbish kit. I'm not feeling it. And you know what's really annoying, Michelle? Is last year's kits were amazing. Last year's home kit is gorgeous. Last year's home and away kit are immaculate. And this year's kits are meaty. And if you come from London, you'll know that meaty means moody, which means meh. Bob says, I can't wait till the team is good enough for the season. We're nearly there, mate. We're nearly there. Bob, the signs are going to come in. How good is it going to be when Bradley slips on that number 11 shirt, maybe? Will he take the number 11? Anyway, back to the topic about Spurs. Anybody want to add anything on Spurs before we move on to the next topic? Ian Wu says, Scouse Liverpool fan that doesn't like Gerrard, never heard of such a thing. Honestly, the thing with Ian's different anyway because he's a very positive man. He's not into hatred and whatnot, and he supports the working class roots of Liverpool. That is what Peter's all about. So he doesn't mind Manchester because they're kind of working class brothers, and so I understand his mentality. So Ian, so with Peter, I totally get it. I understand his Man United thing. I understand the Everton thing. The Steven Gerrard one though, Peter, that's the one I cannot get my head around. But then Pete actually comes from the angle where it's maybe about the personality of Steven Gerrard and what he's like around the city. I think that's more what it is, Peter. Do explain anyway, Peter, in the chat what you meant about Gerrard. But anyway, Peter doesn't mind. He doesn't mind I put him on the spot. Ian Wu says, I live right next to Goodison. Wow, there you go. Everton's kits are nice. They are, Michelle, to be fair. Everton's kits are always nice. But we don't like blue toilet paper on this channel. Only joking. Only joking, Michelle. I come in peace. I come in peace. Why you park at Goodison if you're going to West Ham? Because on the day, we couldn't get parking, mate. It was Ramo. It was on a Sunday. All the West Ham fans were there. And we were running late because obviously it's a 4-hour drive from London. Especially because I don't break the law. Because I'm a good guy. So we couldn't find parking. And then my friend that I was with and my 2 sons, so there's 5 of us, just park in the Everton car park. So we did. Fuming. Is Alistair Johnson any good? Who's that? Alistair Johnson? Who's he? Ian better than a bus seat. Speak to you later. I'm off to the bed. Okay, no worries. Is that you, Kaylee? Take care. Look after yourself. Didn't even know you snuck back on, Kaylee Dixon, my cousin. Take care, beautiful lady. Ian Wu said, Gerardo's a bit arrogant, but that's probably what made him the player he is. There you go, Ian. I don't mind. Look, he's my favourite ever player. And Arthur's going to be in at me. Messi is the greatest footballer of all time, in my opinion. Him and Maradona. But Stevie G is my guy. Ade has a stick which is illegal. I certainly do. But don't you talk about my stick, dirty boy. Right, West Ham v Millwall will be a crazy game. Michelle, it will be. Do you like the EFL Championship, Michelle? Let us know. And I tend to do certain things on my channel. I'm going to do Wolves versus Blackburn. Arthur's slipping on a banana. Stevie G. I'm asleep, says Duckington. Everton got him from Celtic. Who are you talking about, Michelle? Let us know. Oh, Alistair Johnson. Oh, I see. I don't know. We'd have to... we haven't seen him in a while. We've got a subscriber to the channel. Lovely guy. Where is he? Celtic fan. What was his name? I know when I see him in the chat. Oh, McLaughlin P. When he drops in, he's a Chelsea fan. A Celtic fan. And he would know that player. But no, I don't know him, Michelle. No idea. But let's hope he's bang average for the Toffees. Peter says, hit the nail on the head, Ian. Too cocky. Thomas says, can you do any Disney characters noise? And can you add it? I like your Scooby-Doo noise. No worries, mate. Glad you like it. I'll try and work on one, my man. I'm still working on... I need to find some flags for Tristan, the Liverpool fan, when he comes back in. Yes, I like all the football. I've been watching the Women's African Cup. Wow, Michelle, you're all over the footy. Well done you. Well done you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a massive fan of female football. I'm not against it at all. It's just about all the time. I prefer, obviously, the Premier League because I'm a Liverpool fan. I love the Champions League, Europa League. Maybe some of the other European Cups. Obviously, a little bit of La Liga with Barca. But yeah, I wouldn't do... I wouldn't watch like League 1 or League 2, for example. And women's football, when there's a big tournament on, the odd game I will take... But it's like all of these sports, they're kind of like different sports in a way. Female football, even though it's football, it's kind of like a different game in a way. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really describing it very well, Michelle. But yeah, there you go. Just being honest. Ian says, Peter, where in Liverpool are you from? Ade, can you do a frog? Good one. Arthur says. So he can clip me up later. I'll try. I'll just do it off the top of my head. Let's go. How about that? There you go, did a frog. I watched Celtic because of my dad, says Michelle. Fair enough. And Michelle, is there any Liverpool fans in your family? I'm sure there are. Is your dad Scottish? Let us know. Thomas says, can you do a Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse noise? Can you please, Ade? Ian says, get me a chiz. Is that a chiz? Let me know if I read that right. Thomas, I'll work on it, Thomas, for the next one, yeah? Let me go practice. I've done enough embarrassment for myself for you already today, Thomas. Right. I've done the topic. So the topic now is open to the chat. Michelle, do you have a topic you'd like to do? Ian, have you done one today? Arthur, have you done a topic? Peter, would you like a topic? Peter's not really a man that likes to throw the topics in, to be fair. But if you've got one today, let me know. Michelle, you're new to the channel. I open the floor to you. Do you have a topic that we can talk about for 15 minutes and maybe have a vote on it? I'm open. Peter is from Birkenhead. Oh, the Dingle. Sorry. Yeah, Peter is from the Dingle. Yes, I knew that. So yeah, Thomas, I'll do that for you next time, young man. Michelle, do you have a topic we can talk about, or shall I find one? Look, let's not worry about Liverpool. Actually, we can do Liverpool if you want. We can do that. We can do that. Pardon me. We've got a few Liverpool fans in the chat, so why not? Let's go for it. Right, but let's caveat it with something, Michelle. Let's caveat it first. And Arthur, don't go in on them just because you love to be my enemy. Let's be serious about this. Let's be serious about this, people. Let's not just troll just because there's Liverpool fans in the chat. Right. Now, Michelle, before we answer, Bob says he's got to go. Take care, guys. Bob, absolute pleasure, my bro. Hope to see you again in a couple of days, Bob. And Bob, if you get a moment, check out the podcast, mate, on Liverpool and let me know what you think. As a Liverpool fan, I'd love to know your thoughts. Bob, have a top day, mate. Look after yourself and take care. Michelle, let me ask the question. Before we start the timer, Michelle, I'll start it now. Michelle, are you asking the question now? Where will Liverpool finish in the Premier League on the basis of once we've done all of our transfer business, or if we close the transfer window today? Michelle, what are you saying about that? My question. Answer that, please, Michelle, and then we'll start the topic. And Ian, we'll do that one next, mate. Bob says, yeah, sure, my guy. By the way, we're getting first with the signings. Bob, you hero. Michelle says, Liverpool guys finished 8th because the defence is rubbish. Michelle, but did you answer my question, though? Answer that first. Ooh, she's being a sly one there. She's being a sly one. So, all right, we're doing it on Michelle's basis. Liverpool squad as of today, if the window closed right now. So that means no centre-back being brought in, no right-back, no winger, no anything. So it is what it is. Let's see. Thomas said you can practice by using a guy called Brian Hull. I'll look into it, Thomas. Ian, we'll do that one next, mate. So Bob, yeah, she's done us dirty there. She's saying, where would we finish without any signings? Ian says, realistically, we need to wait till the window's closed and we know where we are. But to be fair, Ian, it's just a bit of fun. It's where would we finish with the squad now? So Peter says, Matt Letizia is my favourite non-LFC player. Go back 23 minutes and watch 30 seconds. What happened there, Arthur? Or maybe I'll check it out afterwards. All right, Michelle, let me answer the question. Honestly, with no signings right now, Liverpool squad fully fit. Going into the new season with no new signings, only Munoz, because he's already in the door. I think Liverpool would finish 4th or 5th. Oh, Ian's gone 5th. Thomas says 3rd. With the current squad, Thomas, without any new signings. Ian's saying 5th. I'm saying 4th or 5th. Michelle's saying, okay, blood. Just like a typical woman, she can't make up her mind. Right, here we go. So Michelle has opened the door. The checkbook's open, Ian. Pete as well. We get the signings in. Where do we finish? Honestly, if we get every signing we need, I still don't think we'd win the league. I think we'd finish 2nd or 3rd. I just don't think we'd win it. Arthur's seriously saying 20th. Okay, Arthur. Hey, Epsio, welcome to the channel. Epsio says, greetings to Liverpool fans. Epsio, welcome to the channel, my brother. Let us know where you're from and who you support. Please confirm. Michelle says 20th as she starts laughing. Scotty in the chat says bottom, mate. Wow. Epsio in the chat. Scotty, savage in her brother. Scotty, let us know where you're from, my man, and who you support. Please let us know. And I will tell you about myself and the channel. Thomas says, yes, without the signings. Thomas still thinks 3rd. So what about with the signings then, Thomas? What do you think? Delusion at its finest from Ade. What? Liverpool coming 2nd or 3rd with all of the transfer business they could get done? Are you crazy? Thomas says 3rd. I think Fair enough. Epsio says, I'm a Manchester City fan. Fair enough, SBO. I see that in your graphic there. Natasha said, too early to tell Arthur it's your bedtime. So Epsio and Scotty. Scotty, let us know where you're from, mate, and who you support. So Epsio, my channel is open and friendly to anybody. Non-toxic vibes. Anybody's welcome. Supporters of any clubs, it's non-toxic. Yes, I am a Liverpool fan. Fair enough. But ultimately, it's all about getting along. Football is basically what we're all here for. It's what we all love. And, you know, we're rivals on the day, but off the pitch, we should be friends. Now, what I'm doing with my channel, Pat TK, welcome to the chat. What we're doing on my channel today, we're doing a Q&A session where basically I throw the topic into the chat. We give it 15 minutes on a countdown. We answer the question amongst each other. We do a poll at the end to come to a conclusion. I put out the topics and I throw the topics out to the chat. We answer the question and then the chat can come back with a topic and we reverse and go from there. So that's what we do on this channel. And it's a very friendly place as well as watch-alongs, videos, transfers and all that good stuff. Right, but welcome SBO to the stream. And if you like a positive place, SBO and Scotty, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. I'd love to welcome you into the community. Right. SBO, the Man City fan, says he is a City fan. Michelle says, hello, Natasha, you good? 2 ladies in the chat. That's what we like to see. More women in football. Arthur says, where is your carer, says Ian. Pat TK, how you doing? You look like LeBron James during his garbage Lakers era. Respect the OG. Damn, Pat. Doing me like that. Pat, who do you support, my bro? Please let me know. Now, I look better looking than LeBron James. Don't do me like that, my bro. I wouldn't mind being 2 pence behind LeBron James, but I'm better looking than that guy. Put some respect on this face. But nice one, Pat. Let us know who you support, my bro. Welcome to the channel. Arthur says, all right, Natasha. With the signings, I think 6. So you think we're going to go down, Thomas? So, Thomas, you think with the current squad, Liverpool finished 3rd, but with the extra signings, we finished 6th? I don't understand. And Michelle says, he's a Liverpool fan, but going to be a bus driver when he's getting a new Liverpool kit. You clown. Ian, I do have a carer. SBL says, why Real Madrid wants to get Rodri only for 40 to 50 million euros? If Rodri played at Liverpool instead of Man City, you would ask 150 plus million euros for Rodri, right? SBL, the thing is, I think what it is that Rodri, obviously Spanish, probably wants to go back to Spain at some point. And because I think he's in the last year of his contract. So I think that's the only reason. I mean, 40, 50 million, still a bit cheap for Rodri. I think with a year to go on his contract, maybe 60, 70. But yeah, 150 is too much. I mean, ultimately though, I hear your point though. It must be frustrating. You need this guy. If you're to mount a title challenge, if you can keep him and Anderson in the midfield, I'd probably make you more or less favourites, to be honest, SBL. But welcome to the channel, my man. Let me know if what you think of the question. The topic is in the top there. Where do Liverpool finish in the Premier League this season, SBO, if they get all of their summer business done? SBO, let me know. Scotty, are you there? Let us know who you support. Answer the question yourself. Arthur says, Natasha beefing me for some reason. Arthur says, I don't have a carer. It's called banter, says Natasha. Natasha is too old to know what that is. Ooh, stinging. Having a laugh and a joke. Natasha, please stop saying bedtime to everyone, and Ade, I mean the other way around. Oh, I see, Thomas. So you're saying we're finished 6th with no signings, but 3rd with signings. Fair enough. What about you, Natasha? Where do you think we'll finish? If we get our summer business done, Natasha, where do you think Liverpool finish this season? Natasha, let us know. Michelle says, Thomas, where do you think Chelsea will finish? Good question. SBO says, but Man City gave Bernardo Silva to Real Madrid. They're taking best players from Man City. Now they want to pay low prices for the best player of the World Cup 2026. I hear that, SBO, but you know what is SBO? Every club is out for themselves, my brother. It's just the way it is. SBO, where are you from? Are you from Manchester, from England, or another country? Let me know, my brother. Welcome to the channel. Natasha says first. Natasha, I love to hear it. Let's go. Man like Blocks is back in the building. Ade, hello. Literally just got home from work. Happy to catch the live. Brilliant, Blocks. Sadly, we're not going to be on for that much longer, Blocks, because we've already been going for well over 2 hours and 25 minutes. But Blocks, feel free to obviously watch the show back. It would be love to hear some of the comments. And if you'd like to hear, some of the topics, we've covered some really good ones. Talking about a Nigerian player that went on strike. Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal was one of the topics. Honestly, I will timestamp them into the top of the video afterwards. But Blocks, it'd be great if you could watch it back. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But more importantly, Blocks, how has your day been? And how was that Spider-Man movie, my brother? SBO says from Uzbekistan. SBO, we have a subscriber in the chat called Camille. He supports many teams from your country. He's a good guy. It'd be nice for you to catch him as well. SBO, welcome to the channel. Hopefully you found a new home here. Like and subscribe. Michelle says, Natasha must be dreaming. Wake up. She's just a passionate red, Michelle. Michelle, you are a blue. Natasha is a red. There you go. The rivalry runs deep. Natasha, I like what you're saying. But I'm being honest. I do believe that even with the signings, the best Liverpool could probably hope for this season, it's a long shot for first. It could be done, depending on the season Arsenal have. But I'm thinking second or third for Liverpool. Obviously, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it is first. But with no signings as it stands right now, 4th or 5th is the best. Natasha says, Arthur, go for a bike ride. Thomas says, yes, the other way around at it. And Natasha, I think Chelsea will come 4th this season. Block says, day was good. Regular. Oh, regular. I hear that. Spider-Man was cool too. Expected more, but I'm not complaining. Man, you're just a good guy, my bro. Just got a good head on your shoulders. It is what it is, right? The game is the game. Arthur says, too late for that. And I don't live in a posh seaside town. All Manchester City fans already miss Pep Guardiola. I hear that, FCO. The thing is, though, it's SPO. It's not easy replacing basically the greatest club manager of all time, or one of them anyway. So yeah, I hear that. And that's why it could be a difficult season for Manchester City next season, but it is what it is. Let's see how they get on. It's a new start. It's a new era. And I think Arsenal being so settled is why I make them big favourites. And I think getting Bruno G at Arsenal, yeah, that makes their midfield so much stronger. So it is what it is. So where is Liverpool going to finish in the Premier League? A lot of you have had your say. Let me put it in a poll. I'll put it in a poll. Let's put it honestly in a poll. Let's put it. Do we think LFC finish top? Do we think Liverpool finish top 3? Let's go with that. Not champions. Do we think Liverpool finish top 3 in the Premier League? I remember. Hold on 1 second. Okay, 1 second. So about that, just to answer a family question in the background. Yeah, do we think Liverpool will finish top 3? Feel free to vote, guys. Natasha says, I remember back in the 80s, Liverpool and Everton went toe-to-toe. They did, Natasha, for 3 solid years, between 85 and 87. I remember, because that's when I was just getting into football. And Natasha, you will remember that we did them twice. In the 86 FA Cup final and in the 88 FA Cup final. Ian Rush owning the Toffees. Those blue noses twice. Hold that, Michelle. Michelle says, Thomas, I think Chelsea will do good this season. I do too. I think they are the Premier League dark horses. At the moment, if I had to ask who would finish third at the moment, I would say without any more signings, it will be Chelsea. No Europe, by the way, as well. And a stacked squad. Natasha ending the beef because I won so easily might drop. Ian Wu says, 89 final it was. My bad. Ian, I know. Where was I going for 88? Idiot. We lost the 88 final to flipping Wimbledon. I remember I was in Spain watching it. Fuming. Should have done a double that year, Ian. Ugh. And we done him in the League Cup. There you go. Cheers, Ian. Good stuff. Ian Russ was just a proper Evertonian too growing up. Was he really? Obviously, I know he's from Chester. I didn't know. Michelle says, I wasn't born in the 80s, so it doesn't matter. Laugh out loud. Michelle, she's a cheeky one. She's always got an answer. Arthur says, no Europe. How they're ghosting Chelsea. Raymond is back. Hi Ade, how are you? Giselle is officially announced as the manager of Newcastle United, and Giselle will be unveiled as the new manager of Newcastle United right now. Today, says Ray. I hear that, Ray. Peter says he's from Flint in North Wales. Fair enough. Of course, yeah, but obviously we signed him from Chester. That's what I meant. Sorry, Peter, you are right. SBO says, I am thinking Manchester City have 30 to 35% chances to be champions of England, but this is rebuilding season of Enzo Maresca. So I'm thinking Manchester City will finish top 4. That is reasonable, SBO. That is reasonable. I agree. I think at the end of the day, City will definitely finish in the top. As if they don't get any charges. The 115 charges, SBO. Let's see what happens with any punishments. But yeah, if they don't get punished, then it will be, Man City will finish in the top 4, no problem. They could mount a title challenge though. Thomas says, thanks Ade and Michelle, no problem. Thomas, Robbie Fowler too, a blue nose. He was. Carragher was as well. But I think 4th or 3rd, says Thomas. Fair enough. Who thinks Newcastle will get relegated? Somebody mentioned this the other day, Michelle, in the chat. I think it was it. Was it Jay maybe that was here? Or was it Thomas? Somebody said, it might be new Thomas. Or Thomas said that he thought Newcastle could finish 17th. They could be in a real sticky position. That is for sure. Raymond says, hi, Giselle will be doing his paperwork sorted right now. And he will be unveiled as the manager. Raymond is on that Giselle train. I hear you, Raymond. But Raymond, where do you think Liverpool will finish in the Premier League? Do you think they will finish in the top 3? Raymond, have your vote. McManaman and Owen were Blues as well. Yeah, Michael Owen was obviously in the Reds Academy, but his dad was an Evertonian, that is for sure. But obviously, once these guys start playing for clubs, it is what it is. Right, SBO, Chelsea got only 10 million euros fine, plus 2 transfer windows, suspended ban. Not transfer ban, suspended, by the way, with 74 charges. Manchester City have a much stronger support from UAE, SBO says. Hot take, Hull are the only team that went up that will go down, said Arthur. Do you think so, Arthur? Actually, let's do that one, Arthur. That's a good one. Right, so let's move on to the next topic. Has everyone voted? Everyone get your vote in, please. Everyone, get your vote in, please. And make sure you have liked on the stream and subscribe to the channel, people. Make sure we are in a growth stage. So there you go. 28 likes. Absolutely amazing stuff. Block says, who's going to be a surprise of the season? Surprise player, club manager at the moment. If we're all happy to carry on, we'll do a bit more. Actually, we're going to do one more topic. Well, let's answer Arthur's question and then we'll do the last topic. That's what we're going to do. Arthur says, hot take. Hull are the only team that will go down. Arthur, I'll tell you what. I'm going to write that down, Arthur. And what we'll do that on the next show, Arthur. And then I'll rephrase it better. All right, Arthur, that's what we're going to do. But we're going to go with Blocks' one because he hasn't done one before. Right, let me write that down, Arthur. We're going to do that on the next live chat show. I think that's a really good one. So cheers for that, Arthur. Big John is in the building. Better late than ever. He says, sorry he's late. Just dropped in. Say hello. Cheers, Big John. And as, of course, my brother, make sure you smash that like button. Good to see you, John. Hopefully you've had a good day. Right, let's do this one. It won't require a vote. It will just be about opinions, and we'll start it. I'll type it up. We'll end the poll, and let's get the answer for where we think Liverpool will finish. Now, just so you know, guys, the show is usually about 2 hours long. We're already 2.5 hours in deep. But we will always do, I've made a decision, we'll always do 9 topics. 5 by me, 4 by the chats. And this is going to be the last one, supplied by Blocks, who is an Arsenal fan. So, let's just format it up so the chat can read, because I think it's a really good topic. Sorry about that, Arthur. We will do the relegation one next time, about, Hull and, hot take. I really like that one as well, but we're going to go with this one. Right. God damn it, can I just format this thing? Right, let's get that up there and get the timer going. Right, let's start that one there. Bang, start the timer. And we're off, 15 minutes. Oh, no, we're not. What a loser. Right, okay. Reset, start, go. Right, so the topic is, actually, let's read out the answers. We'll leave that one, Michelle, because we're going to come to that on another day. But yeah, we'll leave that one for another day, Michelle. Big John says, oh no, we've read that one. Big John, I hope you're well, my bro. Let us know how you've been, my brother, and that you've had a good day. So, it was just a take, wasn't meant to be a topic. No problem, Arthur, but I'd like to do it as a topic anyway. And we'll attribute that to Arthur next time. So, the debate is finished on the Liverpool one. Do we think Liverpool finished top 3 in the Premier League? Yes, 77%. No, 23%. And we know that Arthur and Michelle are definitely in that 23% because they are definitely two scallywags of the channel. And Michelle's only been here for 10 minutes. Thomas says, hi, Big John. Right. Been okay, been boxing gym. Good man. Michelle cracking up with the emojis. So, Blocks, over to you, sir. Who's going to be your surprise of the season, surprise player, surprise club, manager, or moment? All right. Blocks, over to you. Let me digest it. Anyone else want to have a go first? Personally speaking, I think, well, my friend put me onto this. He talked about Fulham. I think somebody mentioned Newcastle going down. I think it was Michelle. I think Fulham could be the surprise relegation candidates. It's just whether one of the promoted teams is better than Fulham. And here's a take I did on the channel the other day. Blocks, I can't remember if you was here for that one. But my reason for this is Fulham could be in relegation candidacy or be relegation threatened. Here are the reasons, 5 reasons. They've lost Marco Silva, one of the better managers in the league. They're bringing in Alvaro Arbeloa of Real Madrid B. Obviously, he managed Real Madrid last season, got sacked, did nothing with them. Bringing in Arbeloa, a former Premier League player, but hasn't been in the league for nearly 17 years. Not up to date with the Premier League, not an established coach taking charge of Fulham there. So that's Arbeloa replacing Silva, which is not like for like at all. They've lost Harry Wilson, their best player of last season. They've lost Raul Jimenez, their top striker, to Wolves, who are in the Championship. So they've lost their main goal threat. And the 5th one, they've lost one of their main centre-backs, Issa Diop. They've lost him to Hull City. So those are 5 reasons why Fulham may struggle. And I think they could be the surprise contender to potentially go down. So that's me, Blocks. That's my reason. Right. Thomas says, I'm in the 77%. Thomas, because you're a wise man. Block says, I think surprise club would be Leeds finishing top 10. Fair enough. Solis being a surprise player. I hear that, my bro. This guy Solis has got a good record for Club Brugge. Something crazy like 45 GA last season. Something like that, or in the last 18 months. So he could be. And he looked pretty good in the pre-season friendly. It looks like he could be a younger version of an upgrade on Leandro Trossard. So, Blocks, I hear it. Good take. Arthur says, me and Michelle are the official trolls of the channel. Well, Michelle is working her way towards troll status. Arthur, you are the king troll, 100%. But yes, actually, you are the king and queen. King and queen trolls of the channel. Thomas says, I put yes. I know you did, Thomas. Good man. Block said, City not getting top 4 a surprise. Wow, that is a very hot take, Blocks. Boy, that would be interesting. I hear what you're saying. If they got charges against him, that would definitely speed that demise up. That is for sure. SBO, what do you think of that? Could there be a surprise? Man City not finishing top 4. SBO, the City fan, let us know. But yeah, hot take that is for sure. It hasn't crossed my mind. Arthur says Morgan Rogers will stink up the league. Wow, is that what you want, or is that what you think as a surprise, Arthur? Personally, I don't think so. I think Morgan Rogers is too classy a player. He's a bit like what I was saying about Gakpo earlier. Whether you rate his technique or whatnot, the guy is a physical monster. Pacey as anything. Once he builds up a head of steam, he's practically unstoppable. And Morgan Rogers just seems to be the kind of guy that no matter what you do, no matter how you try and play him, in this league for the next 7-8 years, he will get 8 to 10 goals every season without a shadow of a doubt every season. So Morgan Rogers, I don't think will stink it out, but it's your take, no problem. Block says, I agree, Arthur, on Morgan Rogers' take. Fair enough. Is that some saltiness from you Arsenal man, though? I see you Arsenal boys are from Blocks because Boy, he gave you the side eye and said, I'm going for that Chelsea money. Fulham will sack him within 5 weeks, said Big John. So you're hearing my vibe, Big John. I hear that. So yeah, it could be that. It could be that case. Arbeloa could very struggle. He could be the first manager to go, for sure. Thomas says, who did you done boxing? Who did you go boxing with, Big John? Did you go by yourself? And Ade, Jessica went to sleep on the phone call to me. Oh, bless her. That's very sweet, Thomas. Arthur says, I think so. What did you say there? That Google Translate, this thing, Gakpo stinks. But he does get goals. Block says, it could be saltiness, to be honest. I thought so, Blocks. And there she is. Remember me, Poppy. Of course, I remember you. How are you doing, my sweetheart? How has your day been? Poppy, welcome back to the channel. See that, Poppy? Of course I remembered. I didn't read out your mum's name, Lorena Dowling. I read out yours, Poppy. Welcome back. But Poppy, did you remember to smash that like button, Poppy? Let me know. Big John says, I'm only an amateur. I do keep the blood. It does keep the blood flowing. But all my family are boxers or ex-boxers. It's in the blood. He's there. He's there. Giving it the Apollo Creed. The Apollo Creed sounds in the corner. Big John Nugget. Nobody messes with Big John. He was in the camping. He was in the Thetford Forest the other day, punching the life out of the Yeti. There you go. Block says, Keith Andrews would surprise us this again. Do you think so? Fair enough. I mean, Brentford, it's highly unlikely they'll do the same thing again, right? How do we feel about Bournemouth after Iraola? Could they go down? Could they go down? Bournemouth. Without any major... I mean, they've got a decent team, but without Andoni Iraola, could they be in relegation trouble? Probably not go down, but relegation trouble. It's an interesting one. Poppy says, R.I.P. Elijah Gakpo. That is, of course, Gakpo's unborn child that they lost. And that is one of the reasons why I believe Gakpo may want to leave Liverpool. It's tough when you go through a tragic situation in your family. You're living in a place where something happens. The reminders, the memories, the haunting. It's the same thing as I said. If anyone, hopefully no one has suffered this in the chat. But if you suffered burglary in your life in the past, I've dealt with it in a professional capacity. I've met people that have lived in an environment 20, 25 years and loved their homes. They've been burgled and they wanted to move out. They couldn't stand another night in the place. And sometimes these are the reasons why you want a fresh start in life. Maybe Gakpo was derided by Liverpool fans last season. He was the second villain of Liverpool last season after Slot. Gakpo was getting the brunt of the abuse from the Liverpool fans. Ultimately, maybe he wants a fresh start. But thank you for your kind words, Poppy. Michelle, where are you? Are you still there in the background plotting my demise, Michelle? Let me know. I don't agree with you, Arthur says. Thomas, fair enough. That's what it's all about. Block says Bournemouth could struggle massively. They could do. Every Chelsea 100 plus million player stinks. Is that true? Really? 100 million plus player? Enzo, I'll take Enzo Fernandez. Maybe not the personality. Caicedo hasn't stunk it out, and Enzo's been good for Chelsea, so has Caicedo. Who else have they bought that's cost over 100 million? Just them two, right? I tell you who I would have bought if I was Liverpool. Oh my days. I would have been at their door for William Estevao. That guy is an absolute player. I would have been at their door and tried to sneak him out of their club. Estevao is one of the most electric players in world football. And what's going on with Endrick? 38 million to Roma. That's what they want for him. Sign that guy up. Right, Block said surprise moment could be before the season start if Vinny goes AFC. I don't see that happening at all. Absolutely no chance. And that's not me with the hopium or the copium. I just don't think it's likely. I just think he just using Arsenal as a vehicle to get a better contract, Blocks. I know obviously you'd probably be happy to take him, but I don't think he would work in the Premier League. I don't think he works physically hard enough. And that's the thing. Blocks. Feel free to go back and watch the stream once it's over. The first 8 topics, Vinny was one of the topics. We covered it, and there was lots of great takes on the Arsenal position. We did a vote on it as on the end on Block, so you might enjoy watching that back. Michelle, actually, Enzo is rubbish and racist. I hear you, Arthur. Michelle says, I think Njai will play the best football this season. So you think he could be a surprise for player of the season? I hear that. At least you're supporting your guy. He had a great season last season, to be fair. Maybe not as good last season as the season before. But maybe he's coming into his prime. He's going to be 27, Michelle. So if he's going to do it, it should be this season. Down at the Hill Dickinson. Thomas says, Arthur, stop taking a mick out of everyone's team. Your team stinks. Right. Any other surprises we can think of? Right. I mean, Liverpool challenging for the league. That's not a surprise to me. That should kind of happen. Surprise player. Let's try and figure some surprise players before we close off. Poppy. How about you, Poppy? Any surprises you think this season? Surprise player, club or moment, Poppy? Let us know. And how has your day been, Poppy? Please let us know. Michelle says, I think Bournemouth will find it hard this season because, they are in Europa. Another reason why they could struggle. Thomas says, ain't I right, Addy? Very true. To be honest, Arthur is a troll, but you've got to learn to ignore him, Thomas. You have to learn to ignore his trolling behaviour. I think Newcastle, that's the thing. Would it be a surprise if they struggle? They've lost a complete midfield. Thomas going in on Arsenal. Newcastle, they finished 15th last season, guys. 15th, Newcastle. They've lost Tonali. They could lose Lewis Hall. They've lost Guimaraes to Arsenal now. They've lost Anthony Gordon. Could Newcastle be involved in a relegation battle? I mean, seriously, could they go down? Half a spitting facts. So, would it be a surprise if Newcastle struggle? They finished 15th last season. Could they go down? It's not impossible. A bad start to the season. When Liverpool turn up and turn them over 3-0 at St James's. Raymond, are you listening? Raymond, over there in Slavonga, Zambia. So, yeah, I don't know. Is that really a hot take? Newcastle struggling. Interesting. Very interesting. Right, really good question. Any others? What about managers to struggle? What about Iraola? Does anyone think Iraola could struggle? Block says, Tottenham third season relegation battle. De Zerbi sacked. Wow, is that hope? Is that hope? I don't think they'll struggle. I think they'll struggle to get into the top 4 or 5. I think that. I think even with the signings they've made, I still reckon 8th at best, maybe 8th to 10th. But nah, not a third season relegation battle. And De Zerbi, I think De Zerbi is more likely to walk than get sacked, if that makes sense. He's more likely to fall out with the owners or with his reflection in the mirror. Blocks. Arthur says, hope Chelsea go down, but they won't. I did drink in Barry McGuigan. You did drink in. I mean, you did fight in his pub. In his pub. You've got me bloody drinking now, Big John. You know. It's been fine, thanks. And I'm wearing a Liverpool kit. And also Iraola, I think will struggle. I think it will bring us up, but also down, but still in the middle. Poppy, I hear that. Fairly realistic, I guess. Let's see. Poppy, I can't actually go against you. I hope you're wrong. And I know you don't want to be right. But I kind of understand where you're coming from, because when he started at Bournemouth, Poppy, when he started at Bournemouth in his first season, after 2 months, they were bottom of the league without a win. And the Bournemouth fans wanted him gone. And that is the truth, Poppy. So, you know, let's see how he gets on. Let's hope we get some signings, Poppy. Glad you're wearing the Liverpool kit. Which one is it? Let us know. And if anyone wants their photos on the channel or anything like that, DM me on Instagram. We can get your faces and your pictures on the channel. It'd be nice to see some of you guys. Thomas says, I think 7th or 9th for Spurs. Thomas, I kind of reckon the same. I think between 8th and 10th. Michelle says, Arthur, Chelsea won't go down. He knows that, Michelle. He's just trolling. But one troll should know another troll. Not that you look like a troll, but you know what I mean. You're a troll. You know what I mean, Michelle? Everton, lovely lady. Thomas says, thanks, Michelle. Everton will go 8th or 11th, I think. Fair enough. I wonder, Everton, that's the thing. Everton started the season very well under Moyes, but finished, Michelle, in relegation form. Do we think Everton will struggle this season? Could it be an Everton relegation battle? Could it be, Michelle? Be honest. Could it be? Is it impossible? Where are the goals coming from? Obviously, your striker up top, the Portuguese lad, who I forget, was it Beto? He had a decent little back half of the season, but will he go back to normal Beto form and stink out the gaff? Let's see. Michelle says, I think Frank Lampard will do good this season. Frank Lampard, back from the dead. I honestly thought that after his Everton job, Michelle, I thought that was the end of Big Frank. It was awful at Everton. He absolutely stunk it out. The Toffees will be fine, says Arthur. Big John says Newcastle 6th or 7th. Same as last season and one before. Big John, you've missed out a season, my brother. They finished 15th last season, mate. The previous ones, yes, top 6 or 7 every time. But last year, they were 15th. That's what I'm saying, Big John. They finished 15th, and since then, they've lost Gordon. They've lost Tonali. They've lost Guimaraes. They may lose Lewis Hall. What's his name? The youngster. Livramento, the right back, he's injured as well. They've lost Trippier, the experience. Big John, you might want to think. Big John is drunk, says Michelle. He's drinking in the boxing gym, he said. Ridge Racer, he's back in. Ridge Racer, what are you coming in so late for? Tottenham hero. How you doing, Ridge? Hope you're well, my bro. Ridge Racer says, my guy, just dropping in. Hope you're all right, my bro. I'm good, my brother. Ridge, you know what I'm going to say? I'll be even better if you drop a like on my stream, my brother. All good, my G. Hope you're good and you've had a good day. And Ridge, if you've missed 9 topics, do you think, while we're still on it and we're open, do you think who's going to be your surprise of the season? Surprise player, club, moment. Is it going to be Tottenham entering into the top 4? Or even Tottenham title challenge? Is that going to be the surprise, Ridge? Let us know before we close out the chat. Poppy says, I'm wearing a very old one. My dad got it for me and my room is Liverpool. When my friends come, they start saying stinky. Oh, bless you, Poppy. You are a sweetheart. And I'm getting myself some new Liverpool kits as well. You'll see them on the channel soon. They'll be all over the wall just to please Michelle, who is a new fan and subscriber to the channel. A subscriber. And a volunteer in the chat. Have fabulous days tomorrow, guys. Thank you, Arthur. Ridge Race says, my hopeful side says it's going to be Spurs, but my realistic side says either Gooners or Man City, unfortunately. I hear that, my bro. We'll have to see how it all pans out, Ridge. You never know. Michelle says, how long have you had this channel for? Michelle, I've been going since mid-April. So it's about 3 months now, or just under, something like that. So about 3 months, Michelle, and it's going a treat. And the reason I open it, I'll let you know if anyone hasn't heard it. Ridge maybe hasn't heard it. Blocks maybe haven't heard it. The reason I started the channel is I wanted to combine the love of video games and football. I do a lot of video games on the side. Not so much lately due to the World Cup. But the reason is, it's because I was falling out of love with football last season. I was kind of getting bored of the systematic football that's come into play. All the jostling in the box and all that sort of stuff. And I thought, if I do a fan channel regarding football, it give me a reason to interact with the fans again. It give me a reason to interact with people again regarding football, should I say. It give me a reason to watch more football again. Because apart from Liverpool games, I kind of really got turned off of watching football. So that's why I started. And it's been a real blast. I've been enjoying my football again. I've been loving chatting to people, making new friends, sharing non-toxic vibes, like I say on my promos. And that's what it's all about for me. And that's why I started the channel, Michelle. Arthur says 4 months. Thank you, Arthur. I just gave the long-winded version. Thomas says Jessica is asleep still and may she sleep till tomorrow. Ridge, I read that one. Big John says Everton relegation this season. Big John, wouldn't we find it very interesting if Everton went down? Here's the thing. Everton, the reason they get on my last nerves is because they always turn up against us. Always. Would they turn up against Man United? No. They roll over, get their bellies tickled. Did they turn up against City? No. It's just annoying. Turn up against everyone else, not just the Reds. Michelle says, Big John, Everton has never been relegated and it won't happen. Ridge says, good thing you did, man. Unity is what it's all about. Thank you, Ridge. Glad you appreciate it. Right, I'm going to read out the last few, but I am going to have to go soon. That's good. I like this channel. Michelle, we do live stream watch-alongs, of which the next ones will be on Wednesday. We're doing the Aston Villa game. We're doing the, what games are we doing? Thomas, I think I told you before. We are doing the Arsenal Betis game on the 5th, which is the Wednesday. And Man City versus Chelsea Juventus on the Wednesday as well. So 2 watch-alongs on Wednesday, Michelle. Come and join if you want. We'll definitely do some Everton games as well. And you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be there for Liverpool, smoking Everton. Can you do Crawley Town versus Watford? Let me know the date, Arthur. Let me know. Block says, I, Ade, just noticed you surpassed 300 subs. Congratulations, well deserved. Thank you, my bro. Raymond says, hi, Ade. You still, Jastale has signed his paperwork sorted now. Your manager is here, Raymond. I'm happy for you, my bro. Arthur says, they turn up against us. They kind of do turn up against Arsenal. You're right. You're very right. I don't know what to do with Jessica. What is that, Thomas? Let her sleep, bro. Block says, Ever did turn up against City, Ade. Remember, they went 3-1 up. Yeah, they did. And City, that helped Arsenal, ended the 3-0 ultimately. They couldn't even beat them, though. 3-1 up, jokers. He's doing Watford Crawley. Let's see, my bro. Let's see. Poppy says, my mum ordered 2 new kits. And bye. Hope you have a good night. Thank you, Poppy. Smash the like button on the way out. Right. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. We've covered 9 amazing topics brought by myself and the chat. We swapped, we've laughed, we've shared answers, we've done polls, we've come to conclusions, and we've shared our knowledge. If anyone missed any of this stream, I advise you to go back and watch the beginning. There were some amazing topics. Arsenal were covered. We covered some really good stuff. I'm going to go quickly edit it now and put timestamps on it if you want to go and see a certain section as well. I'll read out the last few. Poppy says, night. Michelle says, I'll be here. Lovely, Michelle. Absolute pleasure meeting my Evertonian rival. You take care, sweetheart. Latest Peep says, Peter, Ridge is saying, all the best, my bro. Until next time, take care, my friend, over there in Enfield Town, which I know you love. Anyway, Poppy says, bye. When's your next live? It's on Wednesday. I'm doing 2, maybe 3 live watch-alongs. We shall see. Big John says, good night. August the 8th at 3 o'clock. Let's see Arthur. I will try. Michelle says, good night, guys. Take care. Till next time. Thomas says, I'll be on the watch-along on Wednesday. Thomas, we'll see you. And Raymond, good night, Ade. See you in Newcastle United, the watch-along. I'll see you, Ray. Don't you worry. See you later, Blocks. Take care, everyone. On that note, my name is Ade, the veteran arcade soldier. If you do see this back as a vlog, then please do drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. Lots of positive vibes. Make new friends and have your voice heard. Play video games on the channel as well. Street Fighter 6. All of that good stuff. Retro games, arcade games, classics. But that is it. I have waffled long enough and my son wants to use the PlayStation. On that note, I am out of here. It's your boy Ade, the veteran arcade soldier. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you and take care. Good night.